go live. Yeah, we're live. Cool.
Ooh.
There we go.
Since we're live, I'll say, well, we're not actually late at all, really, to it, to be fair, but
5 minutes.
I didn't win that Fortnite game.
Did you not?
I didn't. No, I texted you saying, might be a minute late, got to get this victory royale, and I
Yeah.
spelt it wrong, because as soon as I said that, we got jumped by a team. I was like, that's an out. I was like, oh, shit.
Got
What
it.
did I even say? I said something. I was like,
You're like, might be a few minutes.
Victory Royax. I said Victory
Right.
Royax. I just fucking spammed it and dropped the phone.
Amazing.
Well, since we are live, which I'm pretty sure we are, aren't we?
We are live.
No idea.
I think so. If you go
So
onto
that's
the
when
YouTube, let me just go check on the YouTube.
I'm gonna look now. I was gonna say, yeah, we are. We are here. Now then, brother, things got. Oh
Yay.
God, what's going on there? I think your thing's
How
a bit.
you doing?
All right, bro. I think your camera's a bit like.
No, it sorted itself
Oh
out.
no, it's
now.
fine now. Oh, it sorted itself out. Bloody hell, man.
There you go. How you doing, mate?
How you
I'm
doing,
doing
mate?
wonderful. Doing wonderful.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
I'm just tweeting it out saying we're live now.
Good stuff. So how you been doing? Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, sir, I did. I thank you guys, for this interview. It's a lot. It's a lot, like I'm not afraid to take fights, that nobody wants to take. He's big, it's a challenge, but at the end of the day, it takes heart to do this,
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Definitely.
I'll say this for a fact, like if it all goes ahead and there's no complications, if like anyone gets injured, hopefully no one gets injured or anything silly like that, I'll say you were a very brave man, because he is a very scary big man as well, like Keith. So obviously caps off to you, to be fair, for taking that, because that's like, well, everyone's, oh, I guess you're all heavyweights at the end of the day, aren't you? But
Yeah.
Keith's obviously a big scary heavyweight. So
I took my first fight on a week notice, against a big dude, like big man. Man, I took my second fight. I was weight drained. I went from 333 pounds to like 280. I fought pretty much dehydrated. It was bad. But you know, I'm never scared of a challenge. You know, all we want to do is get paid. Have fun. Make these fights happen. Nobody does this. I don't do this for women. I do this for the game. I want to box. I want to make a living off this. I want to be able to eat good. I want to live life. Yeah, I like Keith. I think he's cool. I got the following. I got a lot of followers. I'm a viral sensation. So I just reached out to him. Like I would love to step in the ring with anybody that wants to step in the ring with me. But I'm not afraid of no man. I'm not scared to step in the ring. If I get beat, I get beat. If I take shots, I take shots. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to fight him. He should. He's a in my eyes, he has the capacity to really take over the heavyweight game, and so do I. I got a lot of people behind me. I got the Adrian Broners. The Jeff Mayweathers. The Jorge Masvidals. I got a lot of people that's helping me out. Helping me train. Uh, James Tony. It's a lot of people that's helping me, giving me tools and tips to get better.
Is it
100%.
all like, have you been like in it since your last fight in camps and like getting better, or have you kind of taken a bit of a time off, or what's gone on with that then?
After my fight, I took maybe like a week off. Then I got back to the gym, running, sparring. Lifting. It takes a lot. Because this last fight, I focused more on losing weight than actually trying to do boxing. But like I said, at the end of the day, anybody can get it. Anybody. If the fight does happen with Keith, we both get something nice out of it. You know, regardless of whatever happens, we're both going viral. I could go in there and get my head knocked off and going viral because I have a following. I'm a viral sensation.
Guys
So
in chat, how you
some
doing?
people might want to see me get a lot of people are saying don't take the fight if it happens. If we get if we get things in talks, a lot of people are saying don't take it. Because that just shows people don't believe in me. But me, I got God on my side. I believe in myself. If everybody's against me, then it's fine, you know. But I'm ready to climb that mountain.
Yeah,
100%.
there was something I was gonna ask you then, but it just really slipped my mind now. That's really annoying, and it was a good question. I know it was right on the tip of my tongue as well. God. Oh, I remember. Um, if there's is there a game plan with Keith, or is it kind of too early to like? Did you size him up before calling him out, or did you kind of just have you known Keith for a bit? That's probably a better question. How long have you known who Keith is, and do you have a
I
game plan
just
for him already?
I just found out who he was like a day or two ago. I seen a post and I just reached out like I would love to step in the ring with him. I would love to share the ring with him. You know, I just like to have fun. Man. A lot of people are supposed to fear people, but at the end of the day, if you fear people, you fear yourself.
Hmm. Um, with that being said, are there any other heavyweights in the scene that you're kind of like looking at and you're like, I would want to fight you
It's a
guys,
lot.
or
I want
Hmm.
Chase Demore. I want Minicon. I definitely want to get him. He's easy work. I want to fight Temple Arts. That's a big step. We can get Keith in there. I want to get my rematch with Nick Nack Paddywhack. Want to get him back. Um, it's a lot of people, but Minicon, he's number one. I want to get him. I got to get him. He's got to get got. And then Chase Demore. Most definitely.
Okay, amazing. Um, so you've had two fights prior, right? um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
which one do you think you've learned the most from? Like what have you which fight have you taken more away from?
To like, what do you mean by that?
So like what? So if you like look back and evaluate the fight and like break it down, which have you learned more from?
I want to say my first fight, because my first fight took it on a week notice, never got in the gym, never trained. I had a following. I seen the opportunity and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I went all 3 rounds in my first fight. My second fight, I got TKO'd in the first round with a body shot, but that's from losing all that weight. My body wasn't there, my legs weren't on me.
Mm,
But my first fight, it showed me that boxing is in the game. I took some hits. I took a beating that first fight. I went all 3 rounds and took a beating. And the only reason the fight got stopped was because my mouth guard kept coming out. But the first fight showed me that boxing is not a game. It's real life, not no joke. You can't play box.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay.
With that being said, like obviously, I don't know if there's anything going on behind the scenes with you and Keith making this fight more official or anything like that. Yeah, I don't have a clue. That's why we kind of jumped on it. We saw it going on. We're like, you know what? It'd be good to kind of talk to you about it. We've already spoke to Keith like literally only the other day. This obviously this fight, this idea of this fight is probably not even like a day old. I don't think. Like I don't think so. It was like literally last night, wasn't it? Is there
Yeah.
any like preference on where you'd want it to be? Like, or what's like where you'd want it to be and where you think it'll be is probably a better question.
We could fight on we could do I think the height boxing they reached out. They people been IFL. That's where I had my second fight. I love them to death. They gave me a big opportunity to fight. I wouldn't mind fighting on Misfits. I wouldn't mind fighting on height boxing. I wouldn't mind fighting anywhere that wants to make this fight happen. But I definitely wouldn't mind fighting on. I wouldn't mind fighting on trying hype boxing out.
Mm,
IFL again if needed. Misfits most definitely. Down the line I want to make big fights happen. I'm not afraid to
yeah.
step in the ring with anybody.
Mm. Yeah, I was kind of curious. Like, obviously, yeah, I'm assuming you'd rather it be in America as well. Like, more like a. Would you rather be like? Would you rather be like the hometown, like somewhere nearer you, or would you like to be that villain that kind of goes somewhere else and invades there?
Man, I wouldn't.
More
I
there
wouldn't
too.
mind I wouldn't mind traveling. I'll be cool with whatever needs to be done. I'm not the sound. I'm not saying I'm the A side, but usually with the influencer following, they usually go off who has the more following. But me, I'm cool with doing whatever needs to be done. We're gonna try to keep these fight talks with me and Keith going. But it's a lot of other opponents that they think I should fight first. To up my record. But me, I'm I don't really care about stat padding my record. I want to fight the best of the best. It's a lot of people in this influencer game that's scared. Like it's a lot of people Keith could fight that's way better than me. You know, but at the end of the day, people aren't trying to put themselves people aren't trying to take those risks with these big like if you see Keith, I seen him, he's all tatted up, pretty muscular. Nobody ain't trying to really get in the ring with him. I'm one of the only ones, Braveheart, to reach out and say I would love to fight him. And that just shows you that this influencer game is scary. And people aren't really influencers. They don't have the numbers. They don't do what it takes. They just want things to be handed to them.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
similar to
like,
what Keith
well, I
was
guess
saying
it's
the other day, actually.
yeah, he was saying similar things because that's what it is. At the end of the day, it's like it's an entertainment industry, isn't it? Like
Mm.
really, it's not the
Yes, sir.
boxing in my mind is like it's a big thing in obviously with this scene that's kind of like that's what it's evolving into is a lot of boxing and like fighting each other. But at the end of the day, if no one's watching, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? You might as well go do like an amateur fight or something. That's no discredit to amateur fights, but amateur fights don't have massive online presences, do they? And that's what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's the same with pros. Like it's like pros, like they've got to promote themselves to an extent, or no one will know who the hell they are. Like
Yeah,
champions, like
my
obviously champions get that kind of that royalty of having that gold strap round your waist.
Mm.
yes,
But
sir.
but even in boxing, that's kind of oversaturated now because there's so many belts. So
Yeah.
there'd be like 101 different people that are holding belts, and you won't have a clue who they are. That's not a discredit because it's an achievement to having a belt, but that's just how saturated that business is as boxing. But influencer boxing and creative boxing, and that's what it is, or celebrity boxing, however you want to call it. It's whoever's got some
Yes, sir.
sort of following that wants to be more entertaining. It's the build up I think I prefer. The
Yeah.
build up that makes you care about the fight itself, really.
Yeah.
Like if you, it's like it's only like people that are really established in this scene already, where you go like say Slim and Salt Pappy. It's like they're entertaining and they've had loads of fights, but the fight will be good anyway because you've seen the fights now a bunch of times. You've seen the build up.
Mm.
So say if you had two people coming in, that's why some of these lads that are fighting, say like in Leeds and that, like some of the lads are taking advantage of it and promoting. Like Most is, for example, he's promoting, he's taking the most out of it.
Yeah.
But some people might be doing it not as much. That's what it is. They kind of forget what they are. It's like even if you're not an influencer, but you're trying to entertain, at least be entertaining. Be an entertainer at least. It's not about
Yes,
being
sir.
like a boxer.
Yeah.
You only have to be a boxer for the one night, really. Like for that night,
Mm.
and then that's what it is, really.
100%.
Yes, sir.
Rant over. To be fair, like, I was kind of thinking about it. Wait, have I not read that wrong? No, I haven't. I think he's watching. I think Keith is watching this right now.
Yeah, Keith is watching.
We could, if you want, we could try and pull him in.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't matter.
I can drop him a message and see if he wants, if he actually is watching still, because he messaged it
Have a
before.
cheeky little face to face.
You wanna join this call? I've just dropped him a message, see if he responds, because he might still be watching, because he saw it
So
before.
while you do that, so what's your end goal with boxing, Sam? Where do you want to go with it?
I really want to fight in the Olympics. I wanna maybe 2026, maybe 2028. Because I know it's 2024 Olympics coming up, right? And it's 4 years
Yeah.
later, right? I wouldn't mind boxing in the Olympics, but right now, the goal is to train, get better, get smarter, work on my defense, work on my feet work, keep getting all the advice from the OGs, the like the Adrian Broners, you know, but right now, I want to get some wins under my belt. This fight against Keith, it would be a tough one. He's a monster. But like I said, it takes heart to do what I do. I'm an influencer. I light myself on fire. I smoke fireworks. I do crazy stuff. I smoke Pringles.
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I'm wild. At the end of the day, this fight would be big. I would be training. I would have to. It's a lot of things I need to work on. Because he's a big man. And he's coming. He's coming for the kill. It ain't. It ain't. When that bell rings, it's all laugh before. But when that bell rings, it's somebody's lives on the line. And it'd be cool to step in there if we can get the negotiations going. We can get some bread out of it. We can both profit. We can both do something big. Sell tickets. Sell out a show. Then I see it could happen. But everything has to be right. Nobody wants to step in the ring and put their lives on the line for free. It's just
Yeah.
that's how I think of it. Like a lot of people have been helping me on the business aspect. You don't want to do something like, for instance, you don't want to work a job for free, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. So it is what it is. If the fight happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But most definitely, this fight will happen 2024. It
Yeah.
happens sometime in 2024. Then I see myself rematching Nick Nack. Going to get that win back.
Okay.
It's a lot going on right now. But I'm ready to fight again soon.
Yeah. How do you think? Oh, go on, Jallum.
I was good. This is building off what you were saying with the Olympics and stuff. If you don't mind me asking, how old actually are you? Like,
Oh,
Sam?
me, I'm 25. I don't really tell people my
Yeah.
real age. I like to tell people I'm 30. I like to just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty young. I started boxing 2 years ago. I think with Albert. I don't know if you know Albert Ochoa. He
Yeah.
fought Bunka a while ago. Me and him started together. And he's 5-1. He's on a 5-win streak. You know, I just took another loss. So I'm 0-2. But each fight camp was different. First fight, it wasn't a camp. I got a call a week, took the fight on a week notice, drove 12 hours to go make the fight happen. My second fight, I trained maybe 6 weeks. I got on the flight to LA. I didn't have no team with me. Everybody left me behind. So my other coach, Gio, that lives in San Francisco, he drove 8 hours to be in my corner, and he's actually been with me both of my fights. So I consider him as a coach, as a big brother. He's been with me, and I want him to stay with me as long as he can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I guess that's really important as well. Like, obviously, having someone like that in your corner and following you with it, because obviously he's got your best interest, obviously, hasn't he? And that gives you a peace of mind, because obviously a lot of people, a lot of coaches aren't like that. Especially in like, I think it's more like they seem as kind of cash cowy, don't they? Some coaches, not all of them. I think the influencing is actually quite good for them. I think from the ones like people like Coach Saul and stuff, like he sticks his neck out for his fighters really good. I think he's like a really good role model in this, seeing someone like that. But obviously,
Mm.
having someone like that in your corner must really like take it off your back a bit, obviously. Because I bet going in into it like fresh, completely like raw with it would be really like I don't know if it was me, I'd kind of be a bit like, can I like trust you with everything like
Yes, sir.
on this thing like. It's obviously different when you're in like say you're doing just a white collar fight and it's only 8 weeks and everyone's got the same like there's
Yes,
two
sir.
coaches. You know what I mean? It's a bit different. It's different gravy in it, as Eddie Hearn would say. But he said he said he'll join. I could send him an invite in if you're down. I obviously don't want to do it if you.
Yeah, he can come here. We could talk. Me, I'm a happy person.
Oh yeah.
If we can make this fight happen, we can make it happen 2024. Make sure everything's right. We both get a payday or whatever it is.
Yeah,
You know, because he doesn't want to come all the way from where he's coming to not get anything. So we want to try to do what's right and see what it takes to make it happen, and we could go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yo, what up, Keith?
make this fight happen. We can make it happen 2020.
What's happening?
always the live. He's watching the live. He's watching the live. He's watching it.
There
How
it
you
is.
doing? How you doing?
What's happening? What's happening, boys?
Not much really. We're just chatting with Sam here, obviously getting a gist of this fight because like we saw it last night and we're like, well, we've got to get Sam on, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like just speaking to Sam just then, and obviously you watching it, it's like, well,
Mm.
might as well pull you in, like it's the fun of it, like
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean, first off the bat, I want to give a lot of credit and respect to Sam for sending me the message in the first place, which got the ball rolling in this conversation. You know what I mean? I was aware of who Sam is through his TV appearances, obviously his fights with Nick Nack and stuff. So when I seen the ding come into my request on Instagram, I was very much aware of who he was.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
big.
And I feel like
I'm
I feel like a lot of people don't want to fight you. I feel like at the end of the day, you deserve your credit as well. You have belts. So I feel like a lot of people in the influencer scene don't want to fight you. And me, I don't want easy fights. I just want to fight. It's a lot of people calling me out, but they have nothing to offer. So I feel like if we do get in the ring 2024, to be big. If I get beat on, I get beat on. But like I said, it takes heart to do this.
Yeah.
Really, a lot of people are obviously scared to fight you. You know?
Well, I mean, from my point of view, right now, I have no fights lined up. I obviously spoke to the boys from Outcasts the other day, said that I was champing at the bit to get a fight done. Obviously, I'm available to come to North America. I understand what you were saying earlier in the chat about being the A side with the following. That's totally understandable. I get that because, you know, at the end of the day, it is crossover, influencer boxing, or whatever way you want to fucking dress it up or call it. That's cool with me. I've expressed to TNT Promotions I want to come and fight for hype or IFL, whatever the case may be. I've expressed that I'm healthy. I've got no knocks. I'm already back training. I'm good to go. So as far as I'm concerned, the ball is very much in Sam's court.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir.
I think this could be really interesting. This, to be fair, I have a feeling like I don't know. There's something about this fight. It does keep me up to it a bit. It's actually,
Yeah.
I don't. You were watching it, obviously, the stream, Keith.
Mhm.
Have you got a preference on where you'd like the fight to be, or?
To be fair, I want to come out and hang out and do an IFL or a hype event anyway, because I'd like to meet a lot of the fighters and the representatives face to face. So I mean, I'm down with that. I've obviously spoke to my management team and stuff. I've expressed that my only requirement is obviously because I'm going transatlantic, I just have to go over a couple of days early. That's all. Um, but I mean, it's no problem to me. I travel quite a distance for tattooing anyway, so the transit and stuff isn't it's not a big deal to me. Just as long as I have a couple of days to shake off some jet lag and to acclimatize to the location and kind of get your
Yeah.
bearings. I mean, it could be in fucking Nova Scotia. I'll be there.
You know me, man, I'm just honored. I feel like we can make this fight happen. I'm gonna reach out, have a talk with IFL. I've been seeing hype boxing because I fought with IFL before.
Yeah.
I've been seeing hype boxing. They've been liking a lot of tweets. So I'm cool with whatever. I feel like if I get beat on, I get beat on. But like I said, it's not a lot of people in this game that's willing to step in the ring with the best.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight people that aren't good. I wanna be put to a test every single time. It's only gonna help me get better.
Like what I was saying in terms of the location of the fight, what I will say for that is the organizations in IFL are hype. One, have the logistics to make this fight happen, whether it be putting it on, promoting it, financial ends for me and Sam, whatever the case may be. I do feel like there'd be a greater appreciation in the space and in the scene in North America than there would be in the UK or Ireland. But
Yes,
then the
sir.
knock on effect of that is obviously I know Sam wants to run it back with Nick Nack. I mean, there's nothing stopping the winner of this fight then challenging Nick Nack and kind of building that fight up for both me or him, depending on what the outcome is. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. It can happen.
It's the multiverse of heavyweights. That's like it's
Fuck it.
kind of like that,
Like,
isn't it?
invite him, get him to sit ringside for the fight, and then what you do is when the fight's over, whether it be myself or Sam who gets their hand raised, he gets into the ring and you start building the fight from there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I feel like
Yeah.
if me and you do make this fight happen, we're gonna sell it because I feel like you're entertainment. You're entertaining. I'm entertaining. The knick-knack fight. I sold that fight. I was the one hyping it up. Even though I got beat in the first round. Because I lost all that weight. I was 300 and like 30 pounds, and I got down to 280 in a month. I lost 40 pounds. I lost a lot of weight. Just to make that fight happen. And my body just gave out. But we're in Kent right now. We're working. We're running. I got a lot of people helping me out. I'm getting advice from pros. Right now all I need to do is just work on my head movement, my feet work, and my stamina. But we probably can make this fight happen maybe probably February, March, maybe March,
I
April.
just have I have one thing to correct you on that, right? The only thing I need to correct you on. I think the timeline is great. I'm really happy that you're working fucking hard. I'm delighted for you, whatever else. Things I do have to outline, right? I as big and all as a person I am, you still do have 30 pounds of weight advantage on me. So I am the smaller man in this fight by stature and weight. Okay. Second thing is there's no we making this fight. It's you making this fight. I've already expressed my terms. I've already said I will travel thousands of miles to make this fight happen. As I said previously, the ball is in your court.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? As Mike Tyson said to Bob Sapp a long time ago, sign the contract, big boy.
Sign the contract. Sign the contract.
Easy.
Sir.
Amazing. So yeah, it
Well,
sounds like you're both
I
keen
do.
for it
I'm
then.
sorry. Sorry, boys. The
That's
final
all
point
good.
of that is, if we did do March, Sam, as I expressed to Stephen from TNT and Hype, March is St. Patrick's Day. So anywhere in North America, we put on a fight, me and you, in March, you will have a bunch of drunk Irish people putting bums in seats for that event and buying PPVs and showing up and causing a ruckus.
It's true.
That'll be beautiful because me, I don't drink. I don't like to drink. I after the fight we gotta toast something up, but how much do you weigh?
I weigh right now 259.
Yeah, so I'll be about 270. I'll be about 270. So that's the plan. I got a coach. He wants me to be down to 250. So that's more work. But like you said, the ball's in my hand. I got the shots. As soon as I reached out to you, you responded. I was shocked. I was like, man, ain't no way. But we're gonna make this happen 2024. I feel like this would be entertaining. Because I know you got power. Like I could just look at you. You're big. Like you're. I see it, but like I said, it takes a lot to do this. Not everybody's willing to call out the best. I think you're one of the best. Besides me.
Thank you.
But I feel like you're one of the best.
I appreciate that, and it's like I did an interview with another a Twitcher and person from Twitter yesterday, Hey Little Joey, and I was explaining to him I find it quite hard to have beef with anyone that that isn't shit talking or whatever else, like, because I can't fabricate something fake. Plus, if you're trying
Yes,
to
sir.
sell a fight and move the needle or put asses in seats, I think the general public can suss out when you're just putting it on, like it's pantomime, it's bullshit. The bad blood is all fake. Whereas like this is just from a competitive sporting point of view. I feel like we're both big dudes. Like it's heavyweight boxing again today. Anything can fucking happen. You know what I mean? And that's half the reason why people tune in. You know what I mean? Is that they want to see fucking destruction and devastation.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
and I feel like we can put on a big fight. Now, I do also have a small apprehension because I've been reached out to and tweeted to by a lot of obviously strangers to me because I'm new to the space, especially in North America, who feel like regardless of what goes in, that you won't show.
Yeah, I've been seeing everything too. The people that are saying that they're upset because I won't fight them. They don't have anything to offer. They want me to do unsanctioned fights in backyards with nothing
Okay,
for
well
nothing.
that's fair.
And also, my first fight, I'm 0-2. I've never ran from a fight. My first fight, I took it on a week notice. I drove 12 hours. My
Yeah,
second fight, I didn't run. I haven't ran from a fight. I just feel like a lot of people are upset because I'm reaching out to you for a fight, and they're sitting here begging me for fights, but they have 500 followers. They have nothing to offer.
yeah, fair.
And they want me to do no sanctioned fights in backyards, and they don't want to pay for anything. They want me to just spend all my money to make the fight happen, and they're calling me out. It makes no sense. Why would I fight somebody in a backyard boxing unsanctioned?
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything for me.
yeah. I think there's like a few things I'm working on here in Ireland with my team. As I expressed to the boys in our interview today, whatever. My cut man is Conor McGregor's cut man. I'm sitting here, Forge Irish
Conor
Stout,
McGregor, I
the
love
man
McGregor.
himself.
He's fighting
Um,
again soon. He's fighting in
I
when
know, I
June,
know, I
isn't it?
know.
Yeah.
June 29th,
Yeah,
International Fight Week.
Yes.
But I mean,
Chandler.
incredible.
all that backing with like obviously the Black Forge, McGregor, all those guys from SPG and stuff like that. That is serious numbers and serious sales for any organization that wants to host this fight. And that's just from the Irish point of view. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Man, McGregor, man. I've been watching McGregor since he came up. Have you
I was
have you
at
met
Conor
him?
McGregor's debut in Sweden, Stockholm,
Have
Sweden.
you have you met him before?
Yeah. I played for his football team.
Man, I got a McGregor quote saved the video. I owe absolutely nothing to nobody. That. Yeah, I love McGregor. But I think I'm gonna continue to talk the IFL, talk the hype boxing, and I
Yeah.
think 2024 we're gonna make this happen. You know, like you said, sign the contract. You know, I think this will be a big test for me. I know that you're gonna come in there. You're gonna come in there because you're kind of big. You know, and then you're tatted up. I think you might scare some people. You know, so I'm ready. I'm ready to make this happen. This will be a big step. This will be a big step for me. You know.
Well, look, you know what? You guys heard it here first. We've outlined right here on the Outcast boxing fucking stream. The terms have been discussed. Now it needs to go back to everyone's like representatives, organizations, promotions, all that kind of stuff. This fight should be and will be, as far as I'm concerned, the easiest influencer
2024.
possible fight made for 2024.
Let's
There
go.
we go.
Hey, I want to say I thank you so much, Keith, for even being up here with me. I want to thank you guys so much for giving me this beautiful interview. God bless y'all. You know, if you post this on YouTube, it's Big Sam TV, however you want to do it. You know,
We're live,
We're
brother.
live right now.
It's
Yeah.
live right now.
shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to all Keith supporters. Shout out to Dublin. Shout out to everybody. God bless y'all. And I'll see you soon, man. Thank you again.
100%.
Thank you, Sam. Speak to you
Thank you,
soon.
mate.
Hey,
Cheers,
be
man.
safe, all right?
Thank you for taking the time with us, Sam. Happy
too,
New Year,
brother.
brother.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year to y'all too. Bye-bye.
Peace.
See you in a bit. I want to see that fight now.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
have it.
excited. I'm excited.
We're live still, and we've got Keith here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hello,
mean,
Keith.
you know what? I have to admit, Sam has been nothing but respectful in our correspondence through Instagram and even on Twitter or X or whatever the hell people are calling it these days. I mean, obviously, it's the only apprehension of the whole thing, and I expressed this to the TNT team, was if I fly out from Dublin, go over to Florida or wherever IFL or Hype decide to host a fight in that kind of timescale, is the guy showing up? Because obviously I've been reached out to by people on Twitter, basically saying like he's ducking fights and stuff like that. Now, obviously, you heard it there first. He stuck up for himself. I know there's a lot of like the background or backyard MMA boxing shit that goes on in the small creator scene or whatever. So I mean, if that's what he says, the situation is, from a person who has a following like him, I understand this. I get it. You know what I mean? So I mean, all you gotta do is you take a man at his word, don't you? You know?
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do. Just give them the benefit of the doubt, unless they've got like a genuine, proven track record of like pulling out and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really interested because it's well, you both sound keen for it anyway, and you know, like you said, heavyweight boxing, anything can happen. I love heavyweight boxing more than anything because it's just so much more entertaining. And then being a heavyweight myself, I can look at it and be like, yeah, doing it for the boys.
I had every idea last night of like sitting down, and I wanted to watch like AEW and stuff, the event that was on last night, World's End or whatever, and I ended up watching Big Sam's fights. Because obviously that stuff was posted on Twitter and Instagram quite late. So then I found myself on YouTube going down a rabbit hole of like heavyweight influencer boxing, with starting with Big Sam and Nick Nack and working backwards like that. Because the cogs in my brain started going, so I was like, okay, AEW needs to wait. This is more important.
Yeah, fall down to like that 3 a.m. rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
It's the best way for you to learn as well, and if you're looking to move into the Misfit scene as well, and it's definitely a good way to get used to your surroundings, kind of thing, because then you know what you're going to be working against, and who
well, that's
you're
it. Like I reached out to Mams earlier today and said that I'd make an effort to come and introduce myself face to face in Leeds. So I mean, that's like one foot in the door. You know what I mean? I think, you know, on the back of the win at the UCC, if I was to go to North America and prove myself there, or everything going in my way, that's 2-0 against a person who's already got in there already, who's had a fight in IFL, which is a good organization. It just builds my case for maybe the middle or the tail end of 24 getting a heavyweight fight on X Series or whatever other Misfit cards happen in the UK, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of them things where I think we even said this in the interview we did with you. Like the scene is so young, where it's like there's people coming up constantly. There's people with like more fights. That's what it is. It's like it's kind of like experience creep in some cases, because you've got people that have been in it from the Joe Weller like versus KSI event, or even before that. and then you've got them fighting still, and you've got people playing catch up. So it's like if everyone only fought on Misfits, you just have like it just be the people that fought the most would be the best, like really. But obviously with these people at places like IFL and stuff like that, they can go onto these shows, fight on these shows, get some experience, build themselves up, and then come in, and they're like, oh, it's like it's not someone from Misfits say they've had 3 fights, and then you come in and you've had like 3 or so fights as well. It's like, oh, it doesn't really matter. It's similar.
Yeah.
No one's got it on each other in a way. That was one of my main concerns with the scene. But obviously, you just find out about different promotions. Like I'm finding out even in the UK, there's like smaller ones that I didn't even know existed. But like, I'm like bumping shoulders with some of them, and I'm like, I don't even realize. Like in the same like going to the same city in March as us. I'm like, what the hell? Like I didn't even know.
Because that's even like for a godsend for me was the ICB rankings, and then obviously just going and getting these fighters' names and seeing their record and where they'd fought previously and things like that. And that's how I found out about these promotions, was basically just going through the rankings, seeing who was where, who I recognized and who I didn't know, and then kind of educating myself that way, do my research. You know what I mean? That's how I found obviously the likes of Hype and IFL and stuff like that.
It's just massive, isn't it? Really, and it's still like so young, really. Like, how old is influencer boxing really? Like, do you count it as old as like the Joe Weller fight, or is it like because that was only like it was like a one-off, that wasn't it? And then it was KSI Logan. That was like another one, and then it kind of
do you
stopped.
count then when Matchroom were involved at that one point?
Yeah.
You know, when it was on Sky, like you know what I mean.
And then I think the one after that, I think what it was those two. Then you had KSI versus Logan 2, which was like a pro event.
Yeah.
And then I think the one after that, I think it was Social Gloves. I think that was
Because I think didn't like Billy Joe Saunders fight in the co-main event of one of those cards as well? Was that the second
that was the
one?
KSI, KSI Logan 2,
yeah.
Which is pretty mental when you think about
it. It fucking
like,
is. Yeah.
Like,
but to be
just
fair,
shows like
celebrity boxing, like because you can class that kind of class. That's what influencer boxing's kind of becoming at the moment as well, because they're bringing more like they're looking to bring more like mainstream people into it. I feel. You know, because I say famous, like it's not like HS Tiki Toki's like the most famous person in the world, but like, you know, KSI can be considered a genuine celebrity more than like an influencer and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Same with like Logan Paul and stuff like that. And you know, even back in like the early 2000s when they had like Vanilla Ice boxing people and they had Ricky Gervais boxing people as well. It was like all those kind of fights as well. So it's been going on for a long time, but I think it's catered towards like younger people. I'd say anywhere like between from like 16 to like 30. Like that kind of age range is where it's being catered to now, and it's definitely still like, even though it's been going on for so long, like this new kind of era of it's still very young. It's kind of just like it's like a new birth of it in a way.
I think that's totally the best way to describe it. Is like it's the era of it.
Yeah.
And that's where we are now. And it's kind of bridging over, not just like because it used to be just YouTubers, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was YouTubers, and then it was TikTok, then it was TikTokers versus YouTubers. Now it's just influencers.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's like Instagram, TikTok, bloody some random geezer who did an advert for some big company one time. It's like
because I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think is 012 the first Misfit event that has no fighters that started on YouTube on the card. I think every person involved in the card was on a different platform, and none of them were on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
maybe Fox did YouTube.
Yeah, I think Fox would be the only one who'd be considered a YouTuber on that one. But but like to be fair, like compared to the rest of the card, everyone's pretty much started off on like a different platform. But I don't even know.
Was actually Rack 2. Was that X Factor or Britain's Got Talent? What was that?
That was X Factor.
I think it was Britain's Got Talent or something.
That was X Factor. That was. So it was same with Miles as well. So Miles, I can't remember the other two. It was actually Miles, and I'm pretty sure there's two others. They won Britain's Got Talent, not Britain's Got Talent. Sorry, X Factor. But that's why it makes me laugh, because like a lot of the American audience will look at some of the UK people who are in the influencer scene and be like, we don't know these people. But it's the same if you look at, like, I didn't know who Anthony Taylor was, you know, until Misfits and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of like the same thing. It's same with like OJ Rose. I know he's still building his name up. But
I didn't know who Anthony Taylor was till he punched Dylan in the car park.
Yeah,
that time
that's what I mean. And
you know
even
what I mean?
I know he was just like, oh yeah, I'm a fighter and blah blah blah. And I was like, who's this guy just strutting about,
Yeah.
just being like, oh, I'm gonna fight everybody, shouting. I was like, I don't know who you are. And
I remember him. I remember when he appeared, because he fought Tommy, didn't he? And then
Yes.
on that, but then also he was on Showstar, but that was a stinker fight that he had. I think it was a short notice one, and it was a proper stinker because I think they just basically kind of was just like, yeah, they were friends. I think they were friends. I think that's what
yeah,
it was.
didn't
They
want to
didn't like
scrap.
they didn't want to have a proper scrap. But 'cause I remember being sat there. I was front row in Showstar. God, when would that have been now? Like a long time ago now. But then I remember everyone was just booing because they were basically like, it wasn't like Anthony Taylor like he hugs people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was more like just you could tell they weren't bothered. It was more like
yeah.
more like a spa. Like that was more like what it was.
Mm.
But they must. I think they said they were friends. I don't remember what it was. But
Yeah.
then he came. Then he did redeem himself. To be fair, a bit after that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know Ashley Raksu wants that rematch.
You know what, man? I have a lot of respect for Ashley. I really enjoy the content he puts out. I knew him more so from his behind the scenes interviews at the beginning, before obviously I watched his fights or watched his training and stuff like that. I like the way he approaches things. I like the way he portrays himself as a person and a content creator, whatever else. And I'm actually really looking forward to being there to watch him fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He seems like a fucking real down to earth, genuine guy, and he's just working hard, man. And I love to see it.
Yeah.
I think he's just game for it as well.
Oh,
I think you could throw any fight at him and he'd just say yeah.
He's an
Like
absolute
just be like,
dog.
go for it, yeah.
He's an
He's
absolute
a
dog.
beast though. Have you seen him? He's an absolute unit now. He's like such a good body transformation though. To be fair, you can tell he's like. I think the reason he's not fixing his tooth is so he can just keep boxing. Because I think he said if he does his tooth, he can't box for a while. Like,
well, that's fair.
Yeah, so he's going in there one tooth down. He's like, I'm going for it. He's
getting
punched
down
in the
a
mouth
tooth,
anyway.
but it's adding so much character to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's it anyway. You're getting punched in the mouth anyway. So
he's gonna look so good in posters. He's gonna look like a proper villain on it.
Yeah, man.
But no, it's going back to like the whole like celebrity crossover and stuff, because like Tommy Fury and Roy Jones Jr. are meant to be fighting, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is that confirmed?
Apparently, it's been confirmed. I don't know, but it's like I just find that so weird that like a lot of these older boxers are like seem to be like coming out of retirement, or haven't fought for ages, or just like shouldn't be fighting these people, are coming out to fight these people, because it's they're like, do you know what I mean? It just makes no sense to me at all, and it's they're like, how do you think you'd fare against Roy Jones Jr., Keith?
Oh, you know what? As someone who grew up, because I'm like 33 now, so it's very difficult for an Irish man to say that.
You've only got a year of it. It's all right.
You know, I grew up when he was still fighting. Obviously, he fought like Bernard Hopkins and stuff. Although maybe granted a couple of years too late. But I remember Roy Jones Jr. towards the tail end of like his prowess or whatever, and being top of the game. And even like the Fight Night games, you know, back in the early 2000s and stuff, he was on the cover and he was the character he picked and things like that. Man, you know what? There's pros in my gym that would kick the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
There's pros in my gym who have kicked the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? I even when he fought Tyson in that Legends League, that obviously was only a once-off thing. I thought that was going to go a bit further than it did, with Thriller and stuff. But I mean, it's kind of like the video game stuff, isn't it? It's like, oh, who'd win, Muhammad Ali or Bruce Lee? Like, you know, those kind of matches.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the build-up for it, and it's like, for me, it's like the nostalgia of it all. And then it's like, you know, oh, but who will win? You know what I mean? And like, people can say whatever the fuck they want about these fights and what these dream matches and even crossover fighting and influencer fighting or whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, if it spurs even an ounce of intrigue in people, that means there's people who want to see it.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not the biggest cricket fan in the world, so I don't fucking watch it. But if you go like, oh, Jake Paul's fighting Anderson Silva. I'm like, well, I know Anderson Silva from the UFC, and it's like I know Jake Paul from his YouTube days. Of course, I'm going to watch it because you want to know how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly why I tuned in as well, to be fair. And it's like, you always find, like, there'll be a big, especially when it came to, like, Anderson Silva, like, obviously everyone was going into that being like, he's just going to walk in there and he's just going to piece up Jake Paul and it's done, and it's done. So everybody was tuning in who wants to see him get knocked out as well and coming in to be like, oh, I want to see this. But again, it's the intrigue of seeing how it goes down. And I was definitely shocked with the outcome of that fight.
I'm going to say something right. I'm going to say something right now because I'm a UFC fan, like diehard. I love it. If Anderson Silva wasn't like 50, it would be a completely different story.
Well, that's it.
I'm saying that's in it. Like,
I mean, like he was beaten by what was it, Uriah Hall in his last UFC fight.
Yeah.
And like Uriah Hall, obviously fantastic outing in the Ultimate Fighter and stuff when he was there. But to be fair, is a middle of the road middleweight. Like he's not going to challenge for a title. He's kind of like he's kind of like Keith Jardine used to be in like heavyweight division back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's like it's sad, you know what I mean? It's same as like Tony Ferguson, like his 6th or 7th fight streak now, you know.
Don't bring it up, please. Honestly, being a Tony fan right now is so painful.
Do you know what?
The thing is, right? It was painful. Obviously, the Gaethje fight was horrendous, but it was Gaethje. The Chandler fight was horrendous, but it was, and Dariush and that, and then Oliveira. These are all top guards, right? Then it was Bobby Green. And it was like, I see Bobby Green as more of a he's kind of a gatekeeper into the top 10. That's kind of how I see kind of like Bobby Green.
I also feel like he's very like Kevin Holland, who like fights every other week.
Yeah,
and he's like,
that's why
he's
we're
there.
We're getting Kevin Holland versus MVP. Kevin Holland's actually one of my favorite fighters because he's just everywhere. He's just taking it like that, and he puts on bangers. Like the fact that he stood up with Wonder Boy is actually amazing. Just he didn't need he took him down eventually. And then he was like, I had to do it because I was getting pieced up. But no, we were robbed of Tony Khabib when it should have happened. And that's the thing though. He completely fought someone completely stylistically different to Khabib and Gaethje. Gaethje's a good wrestler, but he doesn't wrestle. Like he's allergic to it. He's allergic to it. Like he just doesn't do it. But
there's such a fantastic quote to describe Justin Gaethje. It's Justin is the perfect example of someone who would set himself on fire with the chance to burn you.
Yeah. The thing is, I remember before the announcement today. I think it was today or last night. I can't remember when the Conor announcement was with him fighting Chandler. There was kind of like a rumor where it was like it wasn't going to be Chandler anymore, and obviously because obviously it was kind of a bit like what did Conor said? You do as you're told.
Yeah.
And obviously there was like rumors of it being like someone like a Gaethje. Mate, I didn't want him to see a Poirier again. I didn't want to see that.
Well, there was a big.
I think there was some news coming out that Nate Diaz is in early talks to return in 2024 as well. So that was obviously on the cards too. I know a couple of my mates that went to the pub, the Forge, after my fight. I was meant to go down with the belts, but I just left with my missus and got fucking chicken nuggets instead. What was I gonna say? So he was there, and the guys were pressing him about who was gonna fight and whatever else, and he just kept saying he was gonna fight Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, because he said, wait, didn't he say? He said at the Day of Reckoning, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
No, it's Pacquiao Floyd now, isn't it? It's Pacquiao Floyd now, isn't it?
Pacquiao Floyd. Yeah, didn't you?
We've got Pacquiao Floyd before Jake Paul KSI.
I know,
how mental's that? The second time.
We got Pacquiao Floyd 2 before Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah,
that's it. I was gonna make the joke, but I couldn't. Oh my god!
Yeah, I saw your tweet, Keith. You said that Happy Punch posted the video of Pacquiao announcing that he's fighting Mayweather, and then you said fight Conor McGregor, you coward! Ha ha ha! Bring that money to Ireland.
Apparently, the story goes he owes Conor $7 or $8 million for unpaid sponsorship fee when he was with Paradigm Sports.
Damn.
So I think that's what Conor was like shouting at one of the sheiks at ringside at the Day of Reckoning. I mean, that maybe that boxing fight could happen, but it's a weird one because, I mean, like I said earlier, I was at Connor's debut in Stockholm in Sweden when he fought Marcus Brimage and stuff, and won the whole 60 G's baby, the whole thing, and was there for the whole ride, like when he beat Mendez and stuff. Because the week of my fight, I was trying to find things to do, so I went and watched his documentaries back on Netflix. I remember when he fought Mendez because Aldo pulled out because of rib and stuff. Like, we had gone for drinks and within the holidays after he had gotten back from that fight, and was there for the whole ride, the whole way up. So you're, as a fan and like a diehard, you're like, oh, I just want to see you, like, win one more time, like one more crack at a belt or whatever. But then, it's hard because if you're as a UFC fan, a fight fan, the sport moves so quick that if you do take a year or even 6 months off, the guys behind you they're progressing so fast that you almost feel the sport is going to pass you by. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is, though, isn't it? Like, the UFC is like constantly evolving. It's like all the fight styles are completely different. Like right now, I think like obviously the Dagestani wrestlers the best base for MMA.
Yeah.
I personally think the best base for MMA is being a 5'4" Australian that did rugby. That's what I think the best base for MMA. That's what I honestly
Alex.
Yeah,
Alex. Yeah, listen,
yeah. Until he takes a
man.
shin to the forehead,
Oh, don't. That was such like. I'm gutted that Charles fight didn't happen because obviously it was on 10. That's the painful thing about that fight, is the fact that it could have been completely different with like people are gonna come at me and be like, oh, but you're just salty that Islam knocked him out. Yeah, a little bit, I'm gonna admit that. But the fact of the matter is, it was 10 days, wasn't it?
Well, that's
And like
it.
what it was like, what, how many pounds? Like 40 pounds
yeah,
cut.
something like that.
And in like, and without a full fight camp either. But I'm just hoping he gets it done against Ilya. And is it Feb or March? I don't even know.
I think it's February, the very early part of February, like the same week as Valentine's, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Sean Cheeto's March, and then we've got Sean and Drakus in Canada in January. That's the same day as Misfits, isn't it? The 20th, I think.
Yes, it is that night. Yeah. I'm very intrigued by that fight.
I'm gonna have to bring my laptop with me. Well, I'm gonna have it anyway for media stuff anyway, but I'm definitely gonna like get it on my laptop and watch it in the hotel when I get home, probably. Unless someone might have it on. To be fair, might it? You never. Actually,
That's
it'll be
true.
really early in the morning. It'll be really early in the morning, though, won't it?
Yeah, it'll be 4 or 5 a.m. or something stupid like that.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about UFC and stuff like that, and like a lot of these like massive boxing fights. It's always like 3-4 o'clock in the morning by the time you get into the main card and stuff, and it's just like, oh, I want to die. I want to go sleep. The amount of times I thought when it was, when was it? It was Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. And then there was another fight that it was Amanda Serrano against somebody, and I was like, "Oh, I want to watch both of these fights." And I fell asleep just before, like at my desk, like I'm sat here watching the fights, and then I just wake up like, "What's going on?" And they're announcing the winners, and I'm like, "Oh, come on, man!" It's like, I can't believe I've done that.
Oh man, it's one of those ones where the best cards are the ones where you're like nervous.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean, when you're going in?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think, what was it? The one I was really nervous for was which one was it? Which one was? I think it was Alex Islam 1.
Yeah.
I think that was one I was like really, because it was ideal because it was like in an alright time zone for us as well.
Yeah.
Was it actually? I can't remember.
It was
It's Australian. It was
before
Australian
midnight because and was that the one where they accused Islam of like the IV drip and shit? Dan Hooker was talking about that.
Yeah. Dan Hooker was going on about it because like there was something in his arm, and it's like like you're not allowed like over a certain like amount of milliliters or whatever of it. Like in Australia, but legally you can't, or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I seen they'd released the UFC's doping like guidelines now, because obviously USADA are gone or something like that. I meant to read it, but then I got sidetracked with something else. But I see that stuff with the sport like fascinates me. All that kind of shit, like the intricacies of what goes on behind the scenes, really spur my interest.
Yeah, because a lot of people overlook it, don't they? And it's just like, if you read the fine print, you'll find that there's a lot more to, like, you know, a lot of people just look at boxing and like a lot of combat sports and stuff like that, and it's just like you go in there and you go punch, 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 and you take them down, you choke them out, they tap, and it's done. But they don't know that there's like so much more going on behind the scenes. It's like I like looking at stuff from like a production standpoint and being like, oh, how did that particular camera there, and it's like, why did they use that particular and stuff like that, and it's like I'm a bit of a nerd for stuff like that. Whereas like you said, you like looking at the stuff like the little like with the fine print with like the all the drug tested and all that kind of stuff. It's really
interesting. But even like from a training point of view, like since the last time I was on speaking to you guys, only like what 48 hours ago or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and do an in-body scan first thing tomorrow morning, so I can see like what my lean muscle mass is, all that kind of stuff, and get that charted. Because like as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much back in camp now. I feel like I feel like this fight will happen, or at least I'll be on that card anyway, whether it's against Sam or somebody else. I feel like that seems to be lining up kind of when I'd like to get back out there. So I'm going to go and get all that stuff done. And obviously, because the likes of Sam and Nick Nack and all these like American heavyweights and stuff are like, even like Chase is 4 kilos heavier than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like a case of like, right, okay, now, like I was mentioning before, I'm going to add in a little more strength and conditioning to this camp, but I want to do it so I know exactly where the numbers are, so it doesn't affect me being able to go the rounds and do the road work and stuff like that. So do it like correctly, like all the science of it, like that's I nerd out on that. You know what I mean?
Deep diving into like the nitty gritty.
It's mental in it, really, like how like technology like stuff now helps. Because like there was like these like clips of like certain boxes. It's if you can afford it, really. Because obviously you've got what is it? Like the amateur boxers will be like sprinting on the beaches, like Rocky and that, and that's what they'll be doing. And then like when you've got money behind you, they'll be like sleeping in these oxygen tanks. Just to get the maximum amount of oxygen to yourself, and it's like what the. Like it's man.
I find it crazy
mental.
if you look back before like you said about the technology, when you look back like however many years, like almost like 80 years say, and you look at all the bodybuilders from then and you'd be like, how the hell did they manage to like, because they were doing that then with like minimal knowledge and like no technology and stuff like that, and it would have been a lot of them would have been just going somewhere and being like, oh, I'm just going to pick up these big heavy sacks instead of sitting there like pumping weights, or they haven't got any of these machines and stuff like that. To now where, like you said, they've got these oxygen tanks and stuff like that. Like Eddie Hall, I watched a video of that he put out recently, and he was like, no one trains as hard as me, but no one recovers as hard as me either. And he gets in like cold plunge and then like hot plunge, and then he's in this weird like oxygen tank thing, and then he's doing all this other crazy stuff. And I'm just there like, I mean, it's the amount of work that you put in, and it's like if you're like that dedicated that you literally are just living and sleeping and breathing the whole thing, then it really makes a difference in your craft.
But that's what I was even speaking to my coach, Stephen, who's obviously fought. He was signed under Frank Warren, and he's fought on some big cards and for big titles and stuff like that. He reckons that every old school boxer that we watched in, like, let's say, the early to mid 90s and then backwards from there, that they were all overtrained. That they all overtrained to the max. Everyone was like 5K, 10K every single day for 12 weeks. And he was like, they go into fights and they'd have unnecessary injuries and stuff. So the way he's approaching with me and obviously the other fighters he works with now, it's less is more. You know what I mean? So like one hard spar a week. And then in our gym, we have like a cold plunge, we have a sauna, we have like a jacuzzi. So the very minute we finish boxing, you literally walk to the opposite end of the unit and you can do your recovery from there. Like you can start your recovery without even leaving the building, that kind of way. Because if you recover better, then you can train to a higher capacity, which means you can get better faster.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's the worst thing, isn't it? Because like you wake up the next day, and if you haven't recovered properly and stretched properly and stuff like that, your legs are aching, your arms are hurting, and you're just like, oh, I might put it off today. And you put it off that day, and then it's like, oh, can I be bothered doing it today as well? It's like the next day, and it's like it's a slippery slope.
It's like the punishing. It's the one like this is the one critique I have about the UFC. It's the fact that how much the fighters are cutting in weight, like water weight, and that's what they're going to go in there, and they're like, they'll be bigger than what they would be on the scale, but the brain's still lacking. Like it just annihilates them, doesn't it?
I'll never forget this, right? For as long as I live. For years ago, I still am and was a massive Dan Hardy fan. My favorite UFC fighter of all time. Like literally, the biggest Dan Hardy dick rider ever. Like, had a mohawk, dyed it red when he fought GSP at 111. Like, was fucking when they did the prime time fights. The whole like, even though he fought Marcus Davis and Marcus Davis claimed to be Irish, I was like, fuck Marcus Davis. I'm a Dan Hardy fan. You know what I mean? Outlaw, all that kind of stuff. So after he lost to GSP, he fought Carlos Condit in the O2 in London. And it was my first time traveling over to a card. But they had done the UFC Expo the same weekend as 120. So it was Bisping, Akiyama main event, Condit, Hardy co-main event. And I met John Jones that weekend at I can't remember what the brand was called, but it was him and Junior Dos Santos on a booth. John Jones is the biggest fucking dude I've ever met in my entire life. He was stood next to Junior Dos Santos, who obviously went on to win the world heavyweight title. And even then, he had just, I think, did he fight Stephan Bonner at maybe 100? It was. He was bigger than Junior Dos Santos then, and he was only new to the light heavyweight division. And I was like, I had a photo on like my Bebo page back in the day, and I'm like, I'm 6'1", and I'm staring up at this man, and he is a mountain. His arms are like 2.5 weeks long.
Yeah.
I'd put him against anyone who's ever lived.
Oh yeah, hands down.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I would put him against it. I'm curious actually because we're on about UFC. Like, what is your top 5 go? Like, is Jones number 1 for you, or is it GSP, or is it someone else? Because some people in my opinion, it's the only thing against Jones is obviously the stuff that he's done. Like, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
And he has had close fights against the likes of like Dominic Reyes, and Gustafsson, the one fight.
Yeah.
He obviously dominated DC, but obviously one of them was, I think it was one. I don't think it was both of them. I don't think it was, but he was on.
So one of them got crossed off, or got like,
Wasn't like, to be fair to him, this isn't me excusing it. Wasn't like one of the positive tests like the most microscopic amount of something or something.
I think he was sponsored by a company called GAT. They were a German supplement company. And he, at the same time this happened, he was over there's a fitness expo that happens in Germany every year called FIBO. And he was sponsored by those guys. There was actually a video going around that I can't remember, some fighter approached him and was chatting shit to him at the booth way back when this happened. He was taking, I think it was like an amino product or like an intra-workout drink or some shit like that. But at the time, GAT were being investigated by the FDA for their ingredients. The same as like Blackstone Labs have been, Redcon, a load of these supplement companies have been investigated for. So the picogram that was made so famous came from a tainted supplement. And everyone was like, oh, he's fucking taking steroids or whatever else. But I was aware of the FDA investigation. So I was like, no, it's fucking happening to more than just him. I was like, just because you're a UFC fan and you're only getting spoon-fed the UFC media, and MMA media. But I think that was it. In fairness, I know he has a shady like past, and he's done some wretched shit or whatever else. But I think in that instance, it genuinely wasn't his fault.
No, that's what I mean. There was something I was thinking of before I said it.
I do feel sorry for Cormier though, because I'm a big DC fan. I'm a big DC fan. DC, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. Like, as soon as that fight was announced, I was like, "Oh, please don't do it to him." And then the fight happened. I was like, "Oh."
He was a very good champion, though. He was a very good
ambassador
for DC. Like, he was amazing.
Yeah,
it's just that John Jones. Oh, yeah, still is. It's just Jones is just a monster.
Yeah,
like that's just all it is. For me, it's Jones,
right?
GSP, and then it's kind of like people don't rate Aldo, but I rate his body of work. I rate his body of work before.
Yeah.
Like, but even then, he is still fighting. Well, he was till he retired recently. But he was still fighting. Like, he was still fighting people like Peter Yan and stuff like that still.
Yeah.
And it's like him, Silver, and obviously Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
And those are kind of like, and then it's kind of like, then it gets into like, then it's more complicated then, because then it's like you've got people like DC, and that's just like DC's like kind of like he's like fringe nearly there for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
I'll give you my Mount Rushmore of MMA, and I'll leave you guys with this, right? So I pick Jones and GSP 1 and 2, just like you did. The only reason why I picked Jones over GSP had a couple of questionable decisions as well as Jones did, especially against Johnny Hendricks and stuff like that, right? I do like Jones's killer instinct and his spitefulness when he fights. He's actively trying to get you out of there. So that's why I give John the pip over GSP in that, but obviously GSP is one of the GOATs. I would put Anderson Silva third. And then I'm going to put Connor fourth just because of what he did for the sport, and obviously because I'm biased because he's from here. I was quite close to the come up as well, so it's kind of it's hard to not smile in front of I think of those memories. And then if I had to pick 5, you know what? I think I'm going to pick Jose Aldo, but I would also put Uriah Faber and Dominic Cruz in there because
Dominic Cruz,
only reason why I pick Aldo is because if you, like you said, take his body of work. So if you go back to WEC, watch him versus Uriah Faber, watch him dismantle Uriah Faber, who effectively was the poster boy of that organization at the time, and then obviously what he did thereafter. But the smaller guys, and even like you said, DJ and stuff like that, like that's my top 5. But you could literally sit here until New Year's Eve 24 and be discussing these 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you easily, because it's just that's what it is, though. It's like all of them are valid, though.
Of course,
you know what I mean? They're all valid. Like it's whenever someone brings up McGregor to me, whenever I say I don't put him in my top 5, I actually say exactly what you said. It's the fact that what he's done transcends what he's done is not going to be done again. Like he was kind of like he kind of had like Chuck Liddell and then like kind of Rampage. They were like characters like back when they were more active, but then obviously Conor just came in and just I'm not going to deny it. Conor got me into it. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm only 22 in January. Like I'm young and years ago.
Well, that's what this is gonna sound. Maybe I'll even take the cringe off of you for a second. I got into UFC because of Brock Lesnar, because of being a WWE fan. And I was like, oh shit, he's real fighting now. So there you go.
Oh no, Lesnar's like an absolute beast, though. Isn't he? To be fair, though, the fact that he did that, just came in and just took people say it's because the heavyweight division wasn't as deep as it is now, but you could argue that from the very when the UFC first started. It's always evolving.
Yeah.
It's just that's just what it is. But that's one thing. I just want to see more. I want to see influencer MMA. That's what I want to see.
Oh
I just think it was just so much more difficult to do.
Yeah.
I think Misfits want to do it. I think
they said they're trying to.
It's interesting. I just think that it's kind of like CrossFit gets a bad rap, right? But CrossFit takes 4 or 5 different disciplines and fucking throws them through a funnel and tries to see what comes out at the other end. Whereas if you have people who aren't martial artists to begin with, no background, much like a lot of these people who have no physical sport contact experience getting into the boxing realm and just straight boxing, even that's fucking hard for them to get a grasp on it. Never mind kicks, elbows, knees, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. You know what I mean?
That's what it is, though, isn't it? It's like I remember I was talking to someone about it, and they were like, the thing is, what makes the UFC more busy of a sport than boxing, like actively. Obviously, boxing is not easy. It's not. I'm not saying
that. No.
UFC, you stood there. It's like they're there. It's like they could feint you, but then all of a sudden there's a leg hitting you in the head, or they're just grabbing your legs. And you're like, what's going on here? Then all of a sudden you're getting flipped on your head and dropped on your ass. You know what I mean? It's just more to think about when you're in there.
Absolutely.
And there's
100%.
it's more counters to you, more ways you can get people out of there. It's like let's be real. If Khabib, when he first started, and it was a boxing match or a striking kickboxing, he would have been annihilated. People would hate me saying that, but when his striking got better over time. But when he first got in there, have you seen the clips of him doing that weird knee thing and completely stuff like that?
Yeah.
When he was but he fought a lot of strikers. But how did he beat them? Through decisions, submissions, ground game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, yeah, that's one of them things, isn't it? For me,
guys, I'm gonna tune out.
Yeah, not
and go and spend time with the fam.
Not worries.
Thank you. This small thing in New Year's is on apparently.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, thanks for popping in and taking some time with us, Keith, and I hope you have a really good New Year.
Thank you for having me as usual. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you in January as well. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few weeks anyway, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, champion. Have a good New Year, mate.
Take care, mate.
Happy New Year, guys. All right.
Happy New
Stay
Year.
safe.
You too.
See you soon.
See you later.
Peace.
Well, let's get Jay.
Nice. Connor has just all right. Hang on, let me just shout out.
Oh,
what up, chat? How we doing,
bring
people? Yeah, he posted a thing. I
I'll
did send
invite
you.
you,
I did send you a DM. Keith's a legend. Keith and Big Sam. Go follow them both on all of their socials. You can find them on Twitter and YouTube and.
Was this what you wanted to ring me about before, Connor? I saw you rang me, but then I didn't. I just completely forgot to bring me back. I'm gonna come on Twitter.
I'm gonna change the bitrate on the stream just because it keeps shouting at me, going, "Your bitrate is 6,000," which is like Twitch's thing, and it says put it to 2,500. And I'm like, oh damn, that's a big drop. Actually, I might have to do that. So I'll do that. If the stream ends, it'll come straight back up. I don't think it will end though. It shouldn't do. I've pissed around with it enough.
We'll get Connor in here for a few minutes, and then I'll try and get Jay. I think I said Jay wanted to come in.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, it's only like an hour and a half. Just a bit less. A little bit more than that.
Hour and 15-ish. 1 hour and a half to think. Yeah.
Bloody hell, man. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, what up, Jay?
Well, hopefully.
Jay's in chat as well.
Hopefully. JST.
Yeah.
We'll pop him in.
What are you going to say? He's going to hopefully what?
Oh, I was going to say hopefully that fight gets made.
Yeah, hopefully that fight does get made, because that'll be a fucking banger of a fight if that happens.
It'll be interesting.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have Connor in here for 10 minutes, and then we'll pop Jay in.
Yeah.
Because there's a few people that wanted to come in, so it's kind of like you kind of got like having too many people.
We can have a bit of a menagerie of peeps coming in. We can have a little bit of a myriad.
That's it, innit? I know Chapel wanted to pop in. Chapel.
Oh, we can talk to Chapel about his
Connor now.
I said dropping the link on Twitter. Can you see the chat?
I can now. I've got it up on my phone.
Right, sweet.
Drop the link up. Connor, you should be able to. I think I've seen you on Discord. You should be able to like just join the link. Like it's not thingy. It's Discord.
Pardon me.
I think I've sent you the link anyway. I'll send you again. There you go.
Yeah, having a
Look on
bev.
Discord. Don't think I could be arsed. I was a bit like,
boo.
Fuck off. My brother was like, do you want to come to the pub? I was like, no.
Yeah,
To be fair, he asked me before, after I said I was doing this anyway. So
I got a couple of beers before the stream, so I was like, oh, I'll have a little fucking suck on them. That'll be alright.
Yeah.
But I'm a crackhead, and I mix a can of beer with some Smirnoff Ice and make fucking. I call it a Shandy XL.
Oh.
It's so good.
What's up, guys?
All right, mate.
What's up, Connor? How are you doing, mate?
Long time no see.
Have you got a fresh trim?
No, I just straightened my hair out of it. You know what I mean? Fresh for the boys.
I don't
know where like.
We're doing all right, to be fair. We just had Keith and Big Sam in there, just talking about their IFL fight. We saw us because we spoke to Keith the other day, and then obviously we just clocked Sam calling him out like last night. So I just on a whim, I just contacted Sam and was like, "Do you want to hop on?
Yeah,
like
why not?
At some point, not even for this. I just said, "Do you want to have an interview at some point?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" And I was like, "I'm doing the live stream tomorrow. So if you want to jump for the live stream, just do it in the live stream."
Even better, isn't it? Then because you can clip it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Someone else. Oh, it's not even just that. It's something to do. Someone else that wants to drop in the live. So I just
And
booked him in.
With them having a fight coming up, it adds.
It's not
to
confirmed.
it.
Not confirmed yet.
Oh, is it not?
No,
they both want it. They're both keen for it, though.
They're both keen
I
for it. So
reckon it will
hopefully,
happen. If they're both keen on it and the promotion's keen on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's already made.
It'd be IFL or like like boxing or something like that.
Sounds
Tagged
good.
It on thingy anyway. Stretching. But
anyway,
no,
have you guys been anyway?
Pardon?
Have you guys been anyway?
All right, to be
Can't
fair,
complain.
just like plenty busy with the March event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
mate, I
getting these
cannot
last-
wait. Trust me, bro. I cannot wait. The stuff you've been. I'm not gonna say anything. But
Well,
trust me.
I've told you. I've told you a fair bit. To be fair,
Trust me.
more than I should know.
Should be good.
Yeah, but let's be honest. The whole reason why this whole community is where it is because of me and you, Jallum. You know what I mean? And a few of the other.
I wouldn't say that heavy contribution. Yeah, but
Yeah, heavy like.
you've got to give everyone the credit.
Yeah, everyone contributed, but like it started to get like that boost that it needed when we started SCB.
Yeah, it's like SCB was originally everyone.
Yeah,
in that one team. So obviously, I'll give the credit to those guys, like for the jump start of it all, because they did. I'm not going to take anything away from them. And and then obviously it didn't go that way, and obviously the team all split up like UK US side because that's just how it was.
I reckon that was a good thing because it gave us healthy, like it made it more spread out then because it was.
I think with it, it could have handled a bit better with them.
Yeah, of
like
course.
The split of it because obviously there was lots of stuff that were going on in that.
Yeah, there's so much champions.
However, I do think, and I think Pat and that will agree with this as well.
In the long
given them
run,
the chance to be more free with what they can do because they are killing it in breakout.
Yeah, 100%.
I like what they're doing. And they know I like what they're doing, so I say that I like what they're doing.
100%.
I'm playing on a stream just now, you know what I mean? But so I like what they're doing, and I think it is better for them. But then, with it's like a team being in different time zones, it does make stuff more.
It made everything a lot more crazy. So it's healthy generally because it means there's like it's just a healthy business. You know what I mean? Healthy rivalry. But it's not even exactly rivalry. It's just different sides of the ponds work different. And in the long run, look, and now everyone's doing well, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Everyone's just doing their thing, in my opinion, and they're doing really well. We're going to be doing well.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Trust me, I cannot wait.
Oh, it's just with plenty of work in it, them.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely. Well, it'll be worth it in the end, though. It'll be worth it in the end, and some people can just start shutting the fuck up.
Trust me. People have been disrespecting the UK scene a bit too much lately. We need to prove them wrong.
The most shit I've been getting ever from it was from the fact that I couldn't sort that London card out.
Yeah, but that was too far ahead anyway. In general, let's be honest.
And what were you supposed to do? Like you picked it up like not even a month.
People, certain people was getting too high expectations too early.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
I knew it was gonna. I knew the London thing was just not gonna end up happening anyway, because people are trying to jump. People were trying to jump.
I spoke to some of the old team like yesterday. Like I'm alright with basically all of them now. Anyway.
Oh, I'm alright with all of them as well now. Me and Nathan have spoken a bit.
Well,
I ironed a few things out.
Well, I spoke to him the other day, and he was like, he thought it shouldn't have been in London. It's just quite expensive, isn't it? That's just all it is. But
it's just unrealistic. Just unrealistic.
It's in past now anyway. Like, it's moving in a different direction now. But obviously, that's where I got most of my shit from, not being able to fucking fix that London event in 8 weeks.
No, I don't even.
We realised 4 weeks in.
To be honest,
we realised 4 weeks in it was wasn't happening.
Mate, so literally, as soon as it was announced, I was like, "Let's run. It's just not going to go ahead because it's all happening too fast. Just need to take your time. There's no point rushing there's no point running before you come up."
That's it, really. But that's what we're doing now. We've made the.
That's why
where's the kit? Where's the kit, Vim?
Oh, it's downstairs. Do you want to go get it? Do you want me to go get it?
Go get it.
I'll go get one. I'll be back in a sec.
It's my bank account screaming. That's what it is.
Bro, I bet your bank account's bleeding right now.
No, it is, mate. Honestly, I'm gonna see. I'll pop.
But trust me, everyone's gonna. When people realise how much you've done in this short amount of time, they're gonna realise, like, that they should have listened to from the start. Because I remember from the plans that we had back, like, around SCB, just before SCB2, like, the ideas you were given, no one was fully taking it on board.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Everyone
That's
has
why.
different visions for it.
That's
But that
why
was like,
I'm glad. I know it sounds a bit messy, but I'm glad
what's this?
got to where it is now.
Oh, it was messy. It was a messy thing,
'Cause
but it's all love with everyone now anyway. Like it's not.
people were
There's no need.
getting too, like, what's it called? Money, like, for it. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of it was just ego clash. To be fair, everyone thinking they were right. Like you saying, in the end of the day, like the worst thing you could probably do in that situation is just say to me, like at the time, is you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Because then it just makes me think I'm right more often than not. Because there's times where you aren't right. So yeah, there's stuff I probably suggested that was right, but then there'll be other stuff. There'll be other stuff that I would have suggested that would have been completely dog.
Like with that whole, like, look. Thankfully, I don't know who even mentioned the idea of the whole Mizzy thing, but thankfully it never went through. Because
that's it past though, isn't it? Really,
I know.
Like, don't have to worry about that sort of stuff
everything's
anymore.
happened for a reason. Because look where we are now.
That's it, yeah. Like, got the.
I know. Quite a lot of it was bad, but quite a lot of it was good. But if it wasn't, if all those hiccups didn't happen, it wouldn't be where you are now. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. Well,
so everything happened for a reason.
You're approaching a year of anniversary of your first event. To be fair,
I know.
soon.
And just a few more weeks after that, I'll be a dad.
You will be, yeah. You'll be a dad.
Right.
Fucking mental.
It's crazy. You're not gonna lie. As soon as Courtney told me, literally shot right next to me now. I don't want to show her because she's doing a good old work search. That's saying that she's becoming a mother, and she's getting what? She's getting to that age where she's starting to do work searches and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? As soon as she, I don't know, where was I? I was at my old house. What's it called? And then Courtney said, "Can I come round because I need to speak to somebody about something serious?" But she had a smile on her face. So I was like, "It can't be anything bad." But then I'm like, I'm confused at the same time. And then when she came round, she went up to my room, out of the way. Is this Brandon?
No, this is JST. This is
his
his name.
It reminds me of Brandon would do. Yeah, and then Courtney came in my room and she pulled it out and I was like, "Damn, I want to be a dad." And then I was like, "Yeah."
No, then Jallum.
Happy New Year, oi oi!
It's not yet, Jay. Got an hour yet. Hour and a half.
Fucking party pooper.
Sorry, you can only tell Jay's heavy on the bevy already, can't you?
Fucking yeah, you bevs in. Can't go
smoking his kiwi and strawberry vape.
Nah, mate. Look, I've only had one drink, one too many.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I found out I got training tomorrow morning, so I've stopped.
Absolutely hanging. You don't want it, do you?
We're
just waiting for Vim to come back. He's got some of the camera equipment. Obviously, I sent it to his house, so he's going to be getting it. That's what he's doing now.
Here he is. Here's a beautiful little princess.
Oi oi.
Here's my bearded buddy.
Have you acquired the goods?
I have. Right.
Ethan. I was about to say Ethan then. I mean Jay and Jallum with the baby face. You just
Whoa, for babyface brawler, mate. That's what I am.
That is a good name. You know, that's a good name.
This is the
babyface brawler.
It's right here.
Is this for the camera equipment for Jallum's OnlyFans?
Yeah.
So we're gonna meet up in Leeds, and we're sharing a hotel room, and I'm gonna be the cameraman for all of his OnlyFans.
Oi. I thought you were putting out a flashlight.
Fucking hell. There's bits and pieces.
That's for later.
Need to put the fucker together, but it's a little unit. It's only like this big, but it goes up. It fucking extends to like 6 foot. It's got a little spirit level in it as well.
It's not about how big it is; it's about how you use it.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a little spirit level as well, so you can tell if your fucking camera's straight.
Perfect.
There's that.
That means you know it's level, then, don't you?
Comes in a bag as well. Pretty sexy.
Yeah, because
Right,
imagine having to walk around with that bit in your hand without.
Yeah, you'd feel like a right cunt, wouldn't you?
A lot of
you
it's
know
boring.
it's expensive when it comes with its own bag.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot
the
of
best
it.
thing.
Oh, mate.
Don't show everyone too much. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna. I won't say how much it all was, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
don't
just say
say how much
So
it was a lot. It was a lot I sent over.
they probably need charging.
Probably would help.
A lot of the stuff is like a lot of it's kind of like.
So that's just a mic. These are just like wireless mics and shit, and that mounts on the top of the camera. And you just clip onto there, yeah. But you've got this fucking this magnet on the back, which is fucking one of the strongest
stick
things.
it on like your fridge.
Yeah, if you wanted to. But that's probably a bit thick. But you can strap it to like cats and shit like that.
No. What I'm gonna do now? Oh, it's a mic in it. You could like put like it next to someone's fridge, and then you could just spy on it.
Wow, that's damn you dirty boy.
But yeah, and then
some of the conversations I have with my fridge at 3 in the morning's mad.
Yeah, exactly. It's what are you on about, Con? It's a fucking fridge. It's not like it's a shower. What are you doing in your fridge?
Good thing about them though, in it, fucking hell.
The fact that you need to pull it on your
Oh, I
fridge
can't wait to molest the cucumber in my fridge.
Oh, twat.
That's the thing off of my my mic stand. That's fuck me.
We're gonna get off now.
It's fucking. It's a strong ass magnet that. But then the good thing is it comes with these two little things. Is this one, which is like for the iPhone, and then you got another one that goes into Android. But literally, they'll just fucking plug them into your phone, and then if you record on your phone, you can use them as well. So that's pretty cool.
It's a nice bit of kit.
They're good.
It's
good.
A lot. It's good.
The thing I like about this event as well is, from what I'm not gonna say anything because that's not my place to say, but I like what Jallum and Vim and the rest of the lads have done some of the ideas that Jallum was saying about with the equipment. It's realistic and it's money saving.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what it is. It's like it makes it sound
and
cheap,
it's what you can use in the future.
It makes it sound cheap, but it's not at all cheap.
No. It's anything but cheap. Let's be honest.
Ethan said in the chat, "Nightmare blunt rotation." I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan, get in here, boy.
Come on, Ethan. I haven't spoken to you in a while, bro.
Yeah. So there's the camera. Canon M50 Mark II. So yeah, pretty fucking good camera though, and it's really light. It does have 4K capabilities, but it trims it down in like the fucking thing. Comes with your lens. You got a big, nice fat lens as well. 2 memory cards. What else do we need to get? 2 batteries.
We're saying this on stream. But I don't really care. Like, what is it? We're one movable camera.
Yeah, another camera.
That we're gonna take around.
Well, like realistically, what we need because there's some other stuff that we could probably do as well, but it's like that'd be quite cheap. But yeah, the gimbal that's gonna cost quite a bit.
Yeah, but we've spoken about that. So that was in the lump cost we sent.
Yeah.
On DMs.
So there's another camera. And a gimbal, and that's kind of, and then we just need like wires and shit, but I kind of need like a general size of like the ring,
where everything's going.
Yeah, where everything's going basically before I can start. Before instead of like, I need a 15-foot cable and we need a 17-foot cable, or we'll get a 20-foot cable but we only need a fucking 12-foot cable. There's no point having like all the extra wires trailing around and shit. So I want to try and work it out so we can find that sweet spot of how long everything needs to be, because obviously if Jody's using a mic that's going to be fucking, say Jody's doing the announcement and we're sat on the commentary with the mic and we're like, oh Jody, there's your fucking mic, go fucking announce and then just bring it back. If we've only got him a little ass fucking wire, he'll be carrying a fucking rig with him over to the thing, be like, hello ladies and gentlemen.
Looking like a DJ, right?
Yeah.
All his decks.
He'll be taking the whole stream with him.
That'd be funny though, that'd be funny.
No, he just does it, and then all the fucking the computer and that just falls over.
Yeah, he just pulls it off, and it's like, fuck me. It's like, well,
fucking, why is he pulling? Why is he pulling?
yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
And you said, Jallum, say, fuck, not again.
Not again.
Man, if it happens, I'll just be running away. I'll just run out. Like.
It would be good for clipping, though. It'd be good for some clips, wouldn't it? If something goes wrong.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, don't say that.
There is something else as well.
You won't get a clip because the stream will go down. that's the
no, I'm not like a sense of like just wrong timing, but perfect in the sense of how it happens. Just something goes wrong in the most silliest way.
There's always something that'll go wrong.
It's just like Vim's just sat there like, oh, suffering succotash, and it just comes out.
Mate, if it happened, I'd just flip the table and go stand at the bar.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
sounds like a good night.
Yeah, I'll be like, there's a company tab. I don't care. They're like, we didn't speak about that. I don't care. There's a company tab. I'm not paying it. Ethan's gonna pay it.
Yes.
That's
the thing, though. That's where we're all gonna end up.
Oh yeah.
Like that's where we're all gonna just end up going. Look at Jay.
Yeah. That will all come back to mine afterwards.
After the Jay, let's go.
That's the real after party.
It was jokes like 002 when fucking Halford just ends up down in a bloody I think it was a 2-3 litre jug of, what was it?
That wasn't Halford, was it? That was Tommy, wasn't it?
Oh no, it was Tommy. Yeah, was it Tommy? Yeah.
Tommy,
down like a 2-3 litre. What was he drinking? It was like a random stuff in it, wasn't it? Just a bunch of random bits in it.
Oh, that's crackhead behaviour.
People pouring into the drink.
That is crackhead behaviour.
No,
yeah.
but it is Tommy.
The one main memory I've got from after was me and Finn skipping off into the sunset. That was night sky. That's the last thing that's like one of the main things I remember. I remember just going back to the hotel, getting the laptop, and then Leo Waynes was slaving away on his laptop, like just fucking putting stuff in there.
Watching him do his Photoshop skills.
That was a good weekend. That was.
To be fair, Jay, it was quite funny because you were like with us for like a lot of it, weren't you? Really? Like,
yeah,
we were just chilling, weren't we? It was you and your brother, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know what the problem was? I was telling everyone from work, it felt like a holiday. I completely forgot why I was there.
At some point,
I rocked up first thing in the morning. I went to the cafe, and then I went to the amusement bit with Ghana. I was on the 2B machines. Weather was beautiful. Was on the beach and everything. Went for something to eat.
More than the day of that when me and your brother just went up the pier and just sat on the sofa and just chilled.
It fully felt like a holiday. And it wasn't until I walked in on the press conference, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm here to have a fight, aren't I? Then I looked over and I saw Beeman, and I thought, Jesus Christ, he's massive.
Fucking, I remember there's like
just walk over each other and just start talking.
There's 2 or 3 memories I've got with you, Jay, from the event. That's not obviously to do with any of the fighting.
None of them can't be. I was going to say, can't be good.
None of them are bad. None of them are too bad. One of them was when I walked in to the press conference bit, and then you were just like stood there. Can you remember when you were stood there? It was you and you were talking with Brandon.
Yeah.
And I just walked in
with everyone.
Yeah, you were at the door though, weren't you? And then I popped in.
Yeah.
I said hello to all the rest of the team and that. And I wheeled back and was like, hello. And then fucking, and the other 2 I remember was really, I don't know why this is so random. I love an American breakfast from Wetherspoons. Like I just love the American.
Mate, it looked delicious. Then
you were fucking spreading your fruit.
Mate, I was behind you and I looked over. I was like, "Oh, mate, that looks lovely. That does." I had a fruit bowl, 2 hash browns, and a scrambled egg. That's all I had.
What did I have in it? It was like pancakes, maple syrup, bacon.
Yeah,
like,
you had it all. You had it all.
Mate, the worst bit was everyone was eating mad, and there's me, just like a fucking bowl of fruit. And a couple of hash browns.
Did you have anything normal after the waited?
Bro.
Or not?
I think
mate, nothing was open.
He was trying to keep it leveled. He was trying to keep it as level as possible.
Mate, Worthing, I swear, it's like a 9 o'clock curfew. After the fight, even the McDonald's was closed. On a Saturday, mate, 9 o'clock on a Saturday, and Mackey's is closed. I was fuming.
I was confused. Like, why nothing open?
Can you remember, Jay? Can you remember, Jay, when we all just got fed up? We'd done all like the posts and stuff for the day on the night, and we all just decided to go on like a walk. On like, can you remember when we all just got and the pier was fucking shut, so we had to walk back.
Mate, everything was just shut. Right after the fight, me and my team went into the town centre. We got out of the car. Was walking around. Everything's shut. Street lamps were all off, and then we just saw this one light at the end of this road. And we go down. There's this little Italian place, and I'm like, fine, I'm eating here. So I wanted a Domino's, but you know, I'll settle for a little Stone Bay pizza.
Can you remember? I don't know if you remember this. It was like on the night of it. I was like fucking hungry, right? I had the munchies, like, and I was like, what do I fucking want to eat? No one was fucking open, and there was this one place that did like a pizza place.
So was that back at the hotel? When that back at the hotel, when we was always sitting in the lobby.
Yeah. And I remember ordering. I think I ordered like 4 chicken wings.
Trust me,
like,
I remember
shit like that. And fucking, they did bang. To be fair,
I swear Jay even ordered some at the hotel as well because he was just that fucking hungry after the fight.
I think I had Subway.
Yeah, I think I had a Subway
because it was like the only most healthiest choice that I could get at that time.
Yeah, I think with me, I think I was probably at my like most unhealthy then because I had uni to do. I was at uni, but I was obviously not doing much anyway because I was doing all that work for them, and I was
you rocked up, mate. You rocked up, and the first thing you said, "All I've had to eat today is this bottle of Prime."
Yeah.
I remember that.
No, because
this is all I've had today. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No, it's because we travelled all the way down. That's why. I can't remember what time it was. And then we got there. I think basically as soon as we got into Worthing, we fucked off. Like we fucked back to the hotel. Like not to the hotel, to the place. So I was literally like straight in.
Because me and you were there, weren't we? Yeah, me and Courtney.
Yeah, you were there, and then we arrived, and then we rang you to come to the front because you had the thingies.
Bro, that woman. No, shout out to the woman on the front, bro. She was a fucking legend.
Oh, she was the best.
Yeah. She said she'll keep everything open for us, and when we wanted it, and I was like, calm.
I still haven't returned that towel from the room. That's. I had to chuck that in the bin.
Bro, I don't care, bro. I don't work for Thomas anymore. I quit that place.
The best bit was leaving to go down to the venue, and my trainer, he's like, "Oh, you got like a towel and that?" It's like, "Oh, nah." Quickly runs in, grabs a towel from the room. He's like, "Right, we've got it. Let's go." And it's a good job, really, because my nose was pissing with blood. I would have been doomed without it.
Fucking hell, man.
It was worth it in the long run.
Can you remember, Jay, when I went up to you in the ring or not? Or can you not even remember? Like, what do you remember? Do you remember waking up, or do you not remember like waking up?
I remember waking up. What did you say again? Because you literally said to Rich, as soon as it happened, you said to Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Was that entertaining?
Yeah, that's the first thing I said. Because Rich was about to walk off, and I called him back. I was like, "Mate, was that entertaining or like not?"
I mean, we all just started pissing ourselves laughing.
Wobbling over.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't even up when I said that. I was still lying on the floor. I was like, Rich, was that entertaining? I was staring at the light.
I wish we got it on camera. I wish we got it on the live stream. Like, someone's got the camera, I brought it to you, and then it was like, I wish you'd have said, "Bring the cameras over here." Oh, guys, I'm standing in the for you.
You can't make it up, can you? Really?
You literally can't.
Like, it's fucking mental.
Like, you know, I was mad. It was. I remember you coming up to me, but it's actually Nitro Luke. You know, when he come in the ring and gave me a hug and all that.
Oh, I remember.
I genuinely, I don't remember that, and it was mad because there's a picture of me, Luke, Beeman, and that,
and this whole team,
and Rich, and we got a picture of that, and I posted that on my socials and all that, and it wasn't until like a week later I was thinking, wait, when did Luke come in the ring? Because I remember after I got out the ring, I saw him and I thought, oh, I'll go over and like say hello and like apologise for like the press conference and whatnot, say it's all sound and whatnot.
I think
And
he jumped in.
yeah,
As soon as
jumped in.
as soon as it
He jumped in
happened,
and gave me a hug. And it's mad because he's got a live stream on his kick of the whole event.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I'm in it like 2 or 3 times. It's like I think what it is, I speak to him, then I fuck off, and then I come back and I'm just stood there, like looking at something, and he flicks it to me. He's like, "What's your reaction to this?" I'm like,
It was mad because in the live stream I saw him get in the ring, give me a hug, and I was talking to him, and I'm there like, when did that happen? It's, I don't remember. The only bit I remember was seeing him after I got out the ring. That's why I went up to have a conversation with him because I thought, let me say sorry and whatnot. Turns out I'd already said that to him in the ring. What his reaction must have been, he must have, why is he coming over for apologising again?
You were probably on autopilot. Like,
yeah,
like,
mate.
as soon as you got up, like it must have been.
All the adrenaline as well rushing through you.
Yeah, you know what the best bit was?
I think it's the major issue was Beeman's fucking glove and fist. I mean, that was the big issue. Like,
you know what the best bit was? It's actually the press conference. I went in for a piss before we'd done the whole thing, and I'm there, and all of a sudden one of Beeman's trainers comes next to me and starts having a piss, and we're just having a full-on conversation with each other. I went out of your eye, and I'm like, "Oh, do you reckon he's gonna do me or what?" It was like the most awkward thing ever. We're there having a full-on conversation in the Euros.
You couldn't think about it that weekend. You couldn't lie about it because it was all madness.
It was
brilliant.
Down in sunny Worthing.
Mate, it was such a good holiday.
Sunny.
It was a
I wonder what the vibes will be like for you for this one, considering you're like literally like 20 minutes away from the play.
Like, I think it'll feel a lot more like a fight.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah, like I was in
zone.
proper holiday mode last time. I just completely forgot what was going on.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were, to be fair.
Like
I know Halford came up to me. I think it was like literally just as it was ending, and then he was like, "Calm down now." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Mate, you were like wired, like you were like you could."
Yeah,
that was like
whenever
I wasn't like on the thingy or the commentary, I was fucking off backstage. Because obviously, what happened with Ethan, I fucked off. Because I think I was one of the only ones that could actually have a conversation with him after he got a bit fucking thingy.
Yeah,
he was quite like thingy.
Was all trying to find him because we didn't know where he went, and then we found him in the back.
I found him straight away. I found him straight away, and then I can't remember what exactly happened, but like I won't bring too much into it. But like, and then there was the other time. I think what was it? I didn't call that fight because I got on with Brandon and Ethan. It was quite funny because both of them wanted me to corner the other. So I was like, no.
Whereas it made more sense to corner Ethan because he was a team member.
Yeah, I know, but like I knew Brandon before I knew Ethan.
Yeah, so it was all a bit like.
And I got on with them both, and the easiest thing was just to take myself out of the equation. So I think what I did, I like watched, from like that side door. There's like where most of the stuff, not like the main one, but the side one. I was like stood there because I went into the fucking back, spoke to one or two people, and then I heard like Ram Ranch, which was Ethan's walk out. So I walked back out and I sat there, and I sat there and like watched, and I was like, fucking hell. And then,
but that was a good walkout. That was a good walkout there when Ethan just.
I think I was right next to the I think I ended up right next to the commentary anyway. With the wedge of the bit, because what it was is the timekeepers nicked our spot. Like, and they wouldn't give it back. So we were just stood like sat on just normal chairs on like a different angle. And then I remember I think they were all on it. I think it was Tam, Leo, and Nave. And I can't remember if I was just stood near them or not. And I watched it and was like, fucking hell. And then I went back and spoke to Eve, but yeah, like Halford was like, you were proper like wired. Like you could tell you were stressing like fucking some bits of it and that. Because it is
do you know something mad? almost didn't. I almost didn't show up for my fight. I'll be honest. I thought it was gonna go on for a lot longer than it did. That I was planning on rocking up maybe around 8. And then I was in my hotel room, and it wasn't until I got a message come through on my by my
from
mate.
Me when it was from me.
Nah. It was a mate from work. He messaged. He goes, "Oh mate, you're gonna be on a lot sooner than you think." I'm thinking, what's he going on about? And I go on the stream, and I see it's like Anton's fight. I'm like, mate, in like 2 fights, I'm gonna be on. So I'm quickly running, knocking doors. I'm like, come on, we gotta get out. It was about a 20-minute drive as well, and we rock up. And I kid you not, I rocked up when Pinkerton was doing his ring walk.
Oh yeah,
so that was literally that's the fight before the co-main, and I've just rocked up. I see Beeman already warming up and that, and I'm like, oh mate, I don't even have my gloves. I had to quickly go and get Rich. I'm like, Rich, get my fucking gloves out the cupboard. He's like, oh, I don't have it. He's like, oh, Connor's got the keys for it. I'm like, go fucking get Connor then. I need my gloves.
Oh, that was.
So I'm there, like, trying to warm up as quick as I could.
Okay.
It was
definitely. It was a good night, like.
It was
brilliant. Remember.
Well, especially when you put all the. It was afterwards when you'd finished it, when like we'd finished our like all that stuff and we were all packing away and shit. It was fucking mental. But then when you looked on like the first things we did was look on like the YouTube and shit and see how we're doing. And we went on Twitter and we seen the reaction. The reaction was fucking really good as well.
Amazing.
And I remember, I think we were sat on like 6,000 views by the end of the night.
We did more views. We did more views than a Jake Paul thingy, didn't we?
We did more views than an MVP card. I think we did
in the first hour.
More concurrent than I think we did. I think we did better. Was it on the same night or something?
Yeah, same night.
Remember. Yeah, but I think we sat at the end of the night. I think we had 6,000 views.
How many live? How many views live?
I think it was 8.5. I think it was 8.5.
No, it wasn't. I don't. I think it became 8.5 later on in the night, like later on. But when as soon as we finished,
it was going up quite fast, wasn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, but I think we were refreshing it. It was going up like 100 each fucking.
Each second.
We refreshed it. But like when we looked, I remember it being about 6,000 something. Like when we looked as soon as we'd finished, and then when we went back, it went up again. But
mate, it's mad to think.
I think we concurrent. I think we peaked
about 4,000.
No, I think it was about 600. I think our peak was. On
that.
And I think the average was about 300. I think 400. I think that was around like what the average was.
Mate, the views are mad. And like, funny enough, I was talking to my trainer about it, and he's like, mate, for someone like you who's never fought or anything, to get 10,000 views on a live stream. It's like, my fight alone has 10,000 replays. It's like, mate, there's pros and all out there, but don't have a fraction of that.
Well, that's what it is, though. It's like it's different.
That's what's so healthy about the influencer and creator scene. The amount of new eyes that have been brought to it.
Yeah.
And even people like us getting each other out there. Right. Like, you wouldn't have thought that Beeman is at some point next year will be on a Misfits card, probably, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
None of us knew that any of us would be able to get to that point in such a short amount of time.
I think I'm off to spar him next month.
What?
Is that what I've heard about that? I've heard about that. Do you know when?
Plan is sometime next month, going up to Liverpool.
Is it going to be recorded in that, or what are you going to do with it, or just have it?
Yeah. We'll probably do a bit of both. We're definitely going to record it, like
100%.
Okay.
But no, that'd be good.
I want to see that. To be fair,
trust me.
I need to get my nice baby face used to getting hit again.
Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm just gonna
spar with you, Jay.
I'm gonna drink someone.
How long have we been on this call for?
We've been on since like fucking 9, so we've been on for like 2 hours.
Man, it was a good idea. As soon as I seen the tweet this morning, I was like, yo, I need to message Jallum. This would be a fucking amazing to get on.
I've only just clocked that
I've
only just clocked that you messaged me about it.
No, I even rang it this morning.
He had you on aid. He's airing you.
Cheeky shot. Yeah, he's always he's always quick to come on normal, and I always just air it.
I saw you ring me, but I just completely forgot to ring you back.
If you makes you feel better, Connor, if you makes you feel better, he replied to me straight away.
It's all right because Jallum's always ringing me, and then when I look at my phone, it's a bit too late because the call's already missed call, isn't it? There was a good few days where Jallum was ringing me, and when I went to look at my phone, it was too late. The phone had already ended. So I forgot.
Here's a question: what was everyone's best small creator fight this year?
Small creator fight.
Yeah, breakout SCB.
Define in what, because it's really broad.
Technical.
My most entertaining fight. You know what fight?
I would say generally yours and Beeman's.
I think mine was decent.
It definitely played a big part in the year.
It's definitely on the highlight reel of the year, like 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Knockout of the year. No offense, Jay. No offense, Jay. Okay.
I mean, it's one of the only knockouts, to be fair.
I think the only one.
Yeah, like straight up knockout. It's,
But it would have been perfect if we caught on the stream you saying, "Was that entertaining enough for you guys?"
Yeah, Jay, does your back hurt, mate, from the size of your absolute size of your bollocks getting into the ring with Beeman? You're gonna carry them big bastards around all day.
You know what it is? My problem is I fight anyone, and I think that's quite stupid of me because I don't think about it.
Because I remember our conversation about it, and I was like, "Are you sure you want this? Because he's quite good. Like he's very good." And I remember,
you knew he was quite good.
I remember you said you were like, "Will it be main event?" I went, "Yeah," and he went, "I'll do it then."
Yeah, go on.
You little nutter, aren't you?
I think it's like you said to me the other day with Vim. Vim was there as well in the call. You were literally like, I think you've kind of got to rely on us to tell you no now a little bit.
Yeah.
Or you'll just take them.
It literally just keep going.
Do you know what my problem is? I'm good at boxing because I'm very like just calm and composed. So it's like if someone's in front of me, I'll stay calm. You know, and when a fight gets put in front of me, I'll just like, yeah, geez, I'll have it. Like, why not? I'll give it a good go.
Not gonna lie, for that being your first fight, trust me, you showed a lot more than others did for their first fight, especially against a bigger guy.
Yeah, I think I could have. To be fair, I was probably maybe about 40-50% in that fight.
That's why I reckon
it's like what we were talking about with Keith when we came in, like training. When people fighters are training right now, they probably don't even come in like 70%.
Nah,
like because of fatigue over training and shit. But that's why it's like people like. It's best if you've got if you have money, right, and the right, if it's very few people, very small percent of people can afford this or just have this, is the right recovery shit.
Well, I'm very lucky to have a good gym, like good trainers and that.
Yeah.
You know, because that stuff does get expensive.
That's a good shout, that Chapel.
Oh, it's really expensive to get proper stuff.
So anything that gets
replied to with the
Outcast account,
or both.
If I just randomly Outcast chat, then it's
I think it's muted.
Yeah, I think that's.
I was talking to Chap, but I didn't want to talk over you because Chapel said his best fight was AJ Redwood versus Thomas the Spartan.
That was Thomas. Wait, was that the one where Thomas got robbed though?
Yeah.
I
think it was. Yeah.
Was it Breakout 2? No.
Breakout 2, yeah.
Breakout 2.
I don't know if that was the one where Thomas should have won.
Yeah, I think there was some controversy around that one. So yeah, you might be right.
There's quite a bit of controversy around a few fights, wasn't
it? I mean, I know the only controversy I know was between AJ and Thomas, and then there was obviously the weight disparity between Trey and Lesnar, because people are saying that obviously Lesnar's like got this massive weight advantage anyway, but then there's other people saying that Trey was like under heavyweight anyway. But I
think Trey was cruiserweight.
So I don't.
It all depends on how well you can take a punch.
Yeah, look at you, right? You took a punch.
I'm not gonna talk shit. At the end of the day, they're doing their thing, innit? And they're going for it. So I'm not gonna talk shit on them. But that's just what I like. What people were saying, innit?
Yeah. To be fair, what I'm gonna do now is Connor. I'm very sorry, lad. I'm gonna X out here so I can bring Chapel in. I don't want more than 4 people in.
You are a bastard.
It's alright, John. When you call me next, I'll just leave it on call.
Just answer it and put the phone back in your pocket and just be like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
In a bit, lad. Love you. See you in a bit.
Take it easy, mate.
Have a good New Year.
Bless.
Right, I'll add Chapel.
Yeah, Chapel said breakout OT. Thomas robbed. Hell of AJ, but he didn't win that.
So he agrees. He's agreeing with me then.
Yeah,
like what I've said.
Yeah,
that's good then. Is that Chapel coming in? It's the dark screen.
I'm guessing so. It is
he's
Chapel.
already popped in. Fucking out. Bro was fucking ready.
Fucking black, mate. There we
Hello.
Go. All right, mate.
Oh,
he's got the white snowball.
I'm doing good. I'm sorry, I didn't realise I'd be replacing Connor. I feel bad now.
No, fuck it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like
Is it?
I was gonna say it's
He's got the snowball.
Yeah, I got one as well.
Mate, the snowball's elite. The snowball's elite.
I've got a fucking a Shaw
SM7B.
SM7B. That's the one. That's why I'm so crispy and clear.
Nice.
I used to rock the snowball. That's good, Mike.
How are we all?
Not bad,
all right,
mate.
to be
Not
fair.
bad.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Nice. I'm glad to be here. Glad to talk to all of you, see all your lovely faces. It's nicer than a Twitter space. You get to see everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Slightly less toxic as well.
No, shut the fuck up, you little.
You want to start arguing?
Yeah.
What'd you say to me, you little shit?
You fucking touch kids.
That's literally what it is, though. That's literally what it is.
How you doing, Chapel?
Yeah, good. Yeah, went for a nice little run today. You know, feeling good.
Getting ready for your fight. So when is it then? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look at the dates.
Yeah, February 24th, Boston, Massachusetts. Breakout 003, fighting Patside Occlusion.
Fair.
Is it all locked in? Is it all like your planes and that locked in now then? Like have you
flight I'm booking? So I'm waiting to do my face-to-face with Pat still. And I want to make sure that obviously the fighter hotel's booked, the actual gym's booked. Like I know that they have us booked in for that date. So until then, I'm not booking my flight. But 100%, like I've got the funds. Like I've got a Starling account, one of my bank accounts with Starling, and they've got like spaces. So I've moved money into that so that I don't touch any of that. So that is my flight money sorted. I've got my ring gear already sorted. I've got that. Do you want me to show you guys?
I've seen it.
Should I show you?
Yeah, go on.
Give me 1 minute, lads.
Go on, get your shorts on, sexy.
He's posted videos, pictures of it on Twitter anyway. So
okay. As long as
I have seen it. He sent me it in DMs as well. It is quite nice.
Yeah, I've seen it myself. To be fair, I think Jay's the only one that's probably not seen it.
I was gonna make a joke at first and be like, "Sweden represent," but he's.
My gloves and headgear haven't arrived, but I've got my jacket and my shorts. So, here we are. Right. So my inspiration for my fight gear, I am an AFC Wimbledon supporter, and we wear the blue and yellow. So I've gone for it's upside down. Blue and yellow. I've got Blaze Promotions on the front. My boys, big up Mark Flames. On the back, we've got Chapel. So looking very nice. And then for my shorts, 2 seconds. Here we are. We've got the shorts on the front again. We've got Chapel and Blaze Promotions, and on the back we've got Wombles and the AFC Wimbledon logo.
That makes sense why there's Wombles on it now.
Yeah.
Because when I saw Wombles, I thought like the old team. This is showing my age now. You sent me them in DMs.
Did I?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't blame me.
We were in a we were in a chat. We were in a chat. Hang on. Where's our DMs?
Hold up. Where are you, Vimyonk? Oh,
yeah, because I sent you my concepts. Because I sent you my concepts as well.
You did, yeah, you did.
Yeah. Because that's why it makes sense. The Wombles is there now.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Chapel?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna make a space right now. Right now.
Connor said it looks like you represent IKEA as a sponsor.
I've got that so many times. Do you know the two I keep getting is IKEA and Ukraine?
Yeah, I was gonna say Sweden.
IKEA, Ukraine. Sweden, that was another one.
Sweden represent. Yeah.
I might walk out with a Swedish. I might walk out with a Sweden flag and a Ukrainian flag.
Just for the laugh and just be like, I'm not even from the UK. I'm Ukrainian and Swedish, bro.
Fucking hell.
No, but it's interesting though. Like, this is the first time in the small creator scene we've got UK versus USA. It's finally happened. It took long enough.
Yeah.
I'll say now, like, that's what we want in the summer though. Like, we've had a few phone calls. Like,
Ant Mills versus Fez. That's what I want.
What Fez? What Fez Batista?
No, Fez.
No. Oh right, I was going to say fucking hell.
Fez is my boy. I love Fez. I get along with Ant really well in the DM. So, like, it's two of my both so skillful, but I don't know how much better Fez is. I think Fez is better, and I think Fez wipes floor with him. But Ant's record's better. So it's like it's so interesting to me to see how right I've got that if they fight. So I think matchmaking wise, that's a really good fight.
Yeah.
If that happens.
It's kind of similar. It's similar to like how I see Anton and Jay. Like Anton's record, he's fought more.
Jay's
something like that. But you've had a really good fucking fight and a really good showing.
Yeah.
You've shown.
I probably should head of production.
Anton, you've shown more in your one
the whole of
than he has in his three.
That's just only two though, so it's not too bad.
Like.
I was talking to you about this before, Jallum. Like, I wanted to see Jay versus Anton on SEB too. I told you this, didn't I?
It's because like that would have happened. The only reason Anton fought Thingy,
the pullouts,
was the pullouts, but also it wouldn't be right to rob Jay of his main event and put him against Anton.
Okay. So I mean, no, fair enough.
That was literally the only reason. Like, I can't remember who Anton was meant to fight. Like, I can't remember.
Was it announced? Was it announced?
FA Silver.
Yeah, I think
FA Silver. Yeah.
I think that two was supposed to fight.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened with that. We had fucking hell. We had like loads of pullouts, didn't we? Like loads.
Oh my Jesus! Caleb Rose and I think it was Connor Kelly.
Connor though. Connor tried to hide his injury from us.
No, Connor's so game. Like, when I met him at SCB1, him fighting Fez, like, I knew that was a mismatch from what I've seen of both of them. Like, Fez is actually like a really decent amateur, and he's gonna have. I think he could have a really good career if he focuses on that. But he's focusing on other things right now. This is like,
he was so completely off topic, and it's not a diss on Con. I was like, where the fuck did he find everyone?
Like, where did the Canic Boys come from? Don't get me wrong, I really like the Canic Boys. They're really good mates of mine. Where did they come from?
Right, I don't know where he. Because we all had that group chat, didn't we? Then all of a sudden, these four loudmouths just started absolutely piping up in the chat. Like, yo, where's he found these lot from?
Can you guys remember when I started arguing with them?
Like, barely.
No, I remember because I was basically just saying get a grip.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it, and then I was going back and forth with them. And then, like, I think just one day we were all just chill for like no reason. We just completely just forgot about it. But they didn't like it though. I remember that. I remember they got dead arsey with it, and then it's weird.
They started a ruckus in that group chat.
Mate, oh my god, they brought
they was proper like they made it like a fucking like really weird.
They brought like 30 or 30 odd people to SCB1, and like in the corridor, there's at over Mackenzie's gym, there was like 2 rooms that weren't really changing rooms, but we used them as changing rooms. And then there was one door that led to where the ring was, right? And so in that corridor, before Fez and Connor's about to fight, there's like 30 of them crowded in there. Like they're all going to walk out with Connor. And they're all hurling abuse at like me, Fez, Finn Maguire. Like what the fuck? Like, genuinely, it was nuts. Like, fair play, but... Yeah, it was...
Bro was using Shadow Clone Jitsu and was about to jump him.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
And they're always fashionably late as well to everything.
They weren't late to SCB1.
I remember SCB2 was all there, and I got a message. I think it was all at the press conference, and they're like, "Oh, we've only just left."
Yeah, they were all chilling, weren't they? They were chilling in their rooms, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think what it was. This isn't a diss. It sounds like I'm dissing them. I'm not. Like when they were like for obviously SCB001, I wasn't really involved in that much, but like it was more like near them, because they could bring those of the mates. But in Worthing, they were kind of like on their own. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think they stuck them. The sound as fuck. Anton's sound as fuck. I got on with them well.
Yeah.
I didn't speak much to the Kelly.
Yeah, Anton was really chill.
Yeah, he helped Brandon out loads when he fucked his leg up. Like,
mate, Brandon was in pain with that. You know, it was bad because I was in the same changing room as him, and whilst I was warming up, he had the medic sorting him out, and mate, he was in agony.
Yeah,
like it was bad.
Yeah. Oh mate, I'm looking forward to Outcasts. Like genuinely, Ethan has said if I beat Pat, you guys will throw me a little party. So is that on the tables?
Yeah. It's on that mine.
It'll be on the behalf of the boxing space.
Yeah.
As long as people don't see it as like fuck breakout, sure.
Yeah, it won't be. It'll be. It's a UK thing. It's just like, you know, celebrate a win.
I cannot be asked for that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
I'm down with breakout. Breakout's cool.
But no, if we'll throw you. We'll throw you. I like them. Like, I've said like I get on with Pat Dudley's sound, and same with like a lot of them there. Yeah, we'll throw you a little party. Fuck it.
Are we saying? Are we all coming down to mine for a party? Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. If you do realize if you lose, we disown you.
Yeah, completely.
Like you're gonna come back and we're gonna be like, no, go to a different country. We don't want you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna meet you at the airport and turn you back around.
You.
Yeah, get back. Sweden or Ukraine, you can pick one. Show up in your fight gear, they'll accept you.
Oh mate. No,
where's your visa to enter this country? Here's my fight shorts.
Haven't got a passport. Here's my shorts. Yeah.
No, I'm really excited for Outcast because it's literally the day before my birthday as well. So it'll be a good reason to get drunk, not only for the win, but also for my birthday. So
there's a fat bar in there. There's a very nice bar in the venue. So you can
I know. I've got family that are Birmingham City fans, so maybe I can get them to come along as well.
Oh, nice.
You know. Yeah, so I'm going to try and get a few people out to it as well to help support. But I'm really looking forward to it, lads. Really looking forward to it.
I'll be real. Like, I don't know if I should even say this on RIP, but this conversation's me and you've been having them. We're going to sell out like really quickly. It's quite concerning.
Yeah, it's going to be
How many seats is it?
It's only going to be like 100. Okay. It's only a small spot.
We are going to try and talk to them and see if we can bump it up a little bit because I think realistically, I think we could get at least an extra of like 50 people in there. It's just dependent on the venue and shit because obviously if licensing decided to come rock up on that one particular day, it's like working in venues in the past, I know that it's like really dodgy because like we had the capacity of 750, but like from some sold out shows they were still selling tickets on the door even though they shouldn't have, and they weren't really checking it. So sometimes it'd be like 200 over capacity, and if their licensing decides to come on that particular day just because, you are fucked. They will shut you down. They'll be like, everything that's happening shut down, the venue shut down, the event shut down, for everything. So it's not even just us that gets fucked over, it's the venue as well.
Yeah, I went to a ultra white event in Swansea, I think, because it was at the Swansea Stadium, and mate, they were so strict, like to the point that if you don't have a tie, you can't come in.
Oh, that's ultra mad. Though for you. They're like ultras, like ultra, like you have to be like so suited and booted. Like
it's probably like black tie event, isn't it?
That's why it's called white collar. That's why it's called white collar though, because you meant to have the white collar.
Yeah.
But that's like I think a lot of it as well is like I think the worst on lasses. To be fair, I think like they have to have a certain footwear.
It depends on the bouncer on the door.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a lot of
if
places
they see
that
a
like
good
that.
treacle, they're like, "Oh, go on in, love." You
Yeah,
know?
they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They'll be like, chatting them up in the smoking area and that. But we had it in there was like, so basically, unless they were like regulars who came to the place like regularly, we'd turn away anybody who was wearing trainers, unless they were like, you know, like a pair of black Air Forces. That was all right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if they were like
black
smart,
leather, you know.
yeah. If it's like smart-ish looking trainers, they could get away with it. It's like something that you'd look at and be like school shoes. That's what you're all right with, them kind of trainers. But it was when people were rocking up in like fucking multicolored like Jordans and these like fucking dodgy skater shoes and shit. It's like, this just on this particular night, mate, we got something going on. You can't come in looking like that. You can't wear shorts. You can't wear trackies.
Fucking Vim's there on the fucking on the fucking door, and he's like
looking everyone up and down.
Jordans. I want to crease your Jordans.
Just fucking start pushing the toe in and just be like, get fucked. That's the payment for coming in if you're wearing dodgy shoes. I gotta fucking push the the front in, crease your Jordans.
But they're like that with boxing events as well. Like, I know when I've been ringside to a couple, I've been sent like a dress code, and that's like Matchroom and that. Like, you've gotta, smart casual. You've got to wear.
Yeah, I got told because I'm friends with John Hedges, who's a Matchroom fighter. And he got me tickets to. It was going to be Otto Warren versus Dillian White, but then Dillian White got injured or something. This was before Dillian White fought AJ and stuff. So I went to that show.
Chantal Cameron, didn't it?
Yeah, it was Chantal Cameron and some other lass, and I still went to it because obviously my mate's fighting on it.
Oh,
but he was like, yeah. I was at the O2, I think, and John messaged me like a week before, like, oh, make sure if you're bringing any like with the other people you're bringing, they've got to be like. He sent me like a Pinterest board of like what you need to look like. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I had to go to Moss Bros. I spent like £150 per ticket because we were like ringside, and then another 600 and something for a brand new suit.
Like, rad.
But I wasn't missing it. I'm not missing my mate fight, you know. So
that's it. Fucking. I remember it's just there's some like proper thingy, but I know one thing's for sure. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say details, but like obviously, there's a lot of work going into this, like event in March as well, like behind the scenes and stuff. But like, what's good about the amount of work we're doing is the fact that there's going to be longevity to it now, and I guarantee, most likely, touch wood, hopefully, you'll have the date of the next event and the location.
Nice.
On that fucking live stream straight away.
Yeah.
You'll know, like it'll be announced like there and then.
But this is the thing, you set down the foundations early. It's like planting a tree. You plant that seed, boom, it grows. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what we've been talking about, and it's like, because
been talking about trees.
Yeah, 100%. I'm named after a tree, so it is what it is. No, but it like when it comes to like certain things where it's like, so obviously me and Jallum are looking to go to Leeds and do media and shit like that, so we're looking to get content and stuff. And then Jallum was like, oh, fuck, I'll need a camera, I'll need this and that. And then it's like, when we sat down and actually think about it and talk about it, it's like, yeah, but if you think about it, that camera can be used for the event. And, you know, that very same camera that you're getting to just walk around with and take content at, like, Leeds and shit like that will be used as the main camera for the event, you know, that kind of shit. And it's like... And then eventually, exactly. And then eventually, when you get like when you get all the other stuff that comes out, like that comes up when we get closer to the date that isn't necessarily needed now, like you'll be able to use that as well. Like the gimbal, for example, if you wanted to do like fucking, because gimbals are just fucking sick.
I've got a gimbal right here.
I've got.
This was a interesting point as well. In regards to like content creators on creator cards, right? We did a I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about, but we did a fighters meeting for Breakout, right? And basically it was like, right, make some content, guys, because we're getting grilled for people not actually being content creators, right? So I made the very nice point of, listen, Christmas is coming up. Get yourself what you need to make some content, right? Ask mummy and daddy, can I get new Lavelle mics? Oh, £20 with Amazon Prime. A gimbal for your phone, £30 with Amazon Prime. Things like that, and it's like, it's not just buying something for this event. it's then creating more content to then be able to push yourself more. It's setting foundations, things like this, cheap stuff that does the job, and then in the future you upgrade. It's setting the foundations. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly why we've been doing content on the we're trying to do content on the channel now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like I'm fed up with like one thing that I was completely and utterly fed up with when we were doing 002 was the fact that it took all my time. Like it just did, and it was like it wasn't like people because I used to I still own one, I still have one. Like I used to do YouTube, but then I stopped. I wanted to get back into it.
Frost, I doing,
but then when you're running everything and doing all this stuff, it makes it much more difficult because it's a massive work, and it's like you can only so many times you can turn around and say Outcast is my content. And then if you're making videos, what's the point? Like I was making videos like with reactions and stuff, like on the account, which account was content because it was content. But then we stopped. So then it was kind of like, well, we need to bring that shit back. Like if we're interviewing people, reacting to stuff, like I just thought, this will be something fun to do. I'll get some people involved in it as well.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
Just sit and chat shit for a bit, innit? Can't go wrong.
Yeah, like that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, we've been talking about like all sorts of stuff like Keith and Joe and that in here.
Sam.
And stuff like them and before, and they're hopefully going to be fighting in 2024.
Sam.
What?
Not Joe.
Oh, Sam, yeah. No.
I don't know.
Are we talking about Sammy Joe Luxton? Is this...
No, I wish.
So
we could talk about that.
I'm guessing the Frost Zone is Carl. Carl Frost Zone saying Jay looking hella cute right now. Can't lie. Eye emoji.
Okay,
Wink.
Wink, wink.
I must be thinking of someone else as well.
Yeah, like, brain mush. It's you've had it. It's the end of the year, mate. You got to think about your brain's mushy.
I've got a whole. My fucking mate. I spoke to my mate before on fucking PS when I was fucking trying to get a Fortnite. I was nearly late to the start of this because I was in the middle of a Fortnite game and I was like, I think I've got to lock in. And obviously I was texting him and I was like, then that team jumped us, so I literally misspelt some Royale, whatever the fuck I said.
Yeah.
And then we got jumped by it. And then my mate was like, "Oh yeah, see you next year." I'm like, "Fuck off."
Block. Never seen you again.
Yeah.
Like you literally wait until
the gonna do one big game at GTA.
I've said that to you, and I also when I added you on Discord. I added your new Discord like today or last night. I can't remember when I added you. I saw your PSN.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fucking, should you
like add me up, mate."
Outcast Sumo.
Yeah.
I love
bad
idea.
GTA. The only issue is that GTA's not cross-platform. Fucking fireworks.
Mate, I can't believe a game like that isn't cross-platform.
I know.
But it's hard to do, especially when the actual files of the game was made, 2013, 2012 it was released. So.
And the thing is as well, it was like, it was to stop hackers dripping over as well, because it's like GTA 5 is so easy to hack on with Xbox and PC.
One of the only games, isn't it, that was like more recent games that like big wasn't Warzone, like you could cross-platform with that, couldn't you?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
That's been cross-platform for ages.
Yeah, I remember like joining like these Facebook gamers. I always used to do these tournaments and shit, and me and my mates would always join these customs. And what we do is we joined as solos and then team up and just attack.
That's so grim.
That's a red card.
No, thing is, it was all right because we just used Cali sticks and shields. That's it, and flashbangs and shit. So we basically randomly ran up on people. But we never like rose skins though. We never were like that bad. We just like ran up. Those are the horrendous skins on fucking.
Can I just say how hard it is watching Jay and Vimyonk vape and drink? Because I've done none of it for the past month. None. It's
I've got to behave. I've got to behave next year. So.
Mate.
I'll be off the vapes next year.
Next year, tomorrow.
No, after my fight, I'm literally as soon as my hands lifted, get me a fucking vape. Get me a vape, please.
I'll be off the vapes by the end of January. It's just.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
New year, new you, eh?
No, it's not even that. It's just fucking. I want to fight in the summer, or like I want to fight towards the second half of the year, mid to the second half of the year. So it's like I just need to get. I'm not waiting to be like, oh, I've got an opponent to fucking sort myself out. I'm just gonna sort myself out and be like, in that time span, I'll find somebody because I just want to fucking scrap somebody. I reckon it'll be fun. And
to be fair, as long as you keep on training, you can vape.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been sound.
I smoke. I smoke proper though as well, which is.
I did see Jay when Jay was in the corner in the second round. He did take a puff, then got back in.
Let's get a bit more oxygen in.
Yeah, fresh air.
What's that UFC?
Nice flavoured oxygen.
What's that fucking UFC meme? Who did it? And he's like, he wants an inhaler.
USADA the inhaler.
USADA approved. USADA approved.
Who was it? Who did it? Fucking.
Oh, fucking hell.
What's his name now?
Greg Hardy or someone else? I can't remember.
I don't think it was Greg Hardy. It was a smaller guy, I think.
Yeah.
It was a smaller guy.
No, it was Greg Hardy. It was Greg Hardy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that right?
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a smaller guy.
That UFC IQ coming in.
All right.
Oh,
go fuck yourself.
USADA approved.
USADA approved.
Alright, Jallum, watch your lip because I'll get Dan Caffrey to sort you out, alright?
Fucking mental thing about that is, right? Fucking obviously, I felt like really bad because obviously it couldn't happen. So I messaged him, was like I think it was like that week, and I was like, oh, do you want to like reorganize it or at least just go and meet in like a gym and do something like that? And he was just like, no, I'm going straight to MMA. So I was like, oh, okay, see you later.
Has he fought in MMA?
He's the only footage I had of him was from MMA.
MMA, yeah.
The only thing I had to prepare for that was him body slamming someone. And that was honestly it. So I was like, I had to defend the single leg.
I'm gonna look up footage because I've not seen any of him.
That's
his footage.
Mate, back to this conversation. Where did Conor Knowles find these geezers?
I don't know.
He said in the chat, you'll never know where I got them.
Where did he find Big Dan?
Thing is, right, I wasn't even meant to fight Dan, and I shouldn't have fought Dan anyway, because there's such a weight difference. It was fucking stupid. I think it was like...
Yeah.
What? I was 86 kilograms, and I had to bulk up to 97, and I wanted to kill myself.
Mate, what's the odds on Train Strikes being on that weekend as well?
Don't fucking do it to me. They're actually my worst enemy.
I got a coach. I got a coach all the way from London to Derby for that shit.
Thing is, I live in the fucking middle of nowhere, so there's no coaches for me. Like, it's literally like if I went outside.
Could you not hop on like a tractor or something?
That's true. Like, my dad needs a tractor for fucking bailing, lad. Fucking, I can't fucking.
Nah, just tell me, look, you got more important things to do this weekend.
Fucking, I'll quad down. It's not even roadworthy, but I'll use the quad anyway. Get pulled over. Fucking. That's actually so ridiculous. Like the fact that I did that because it was meant to be. I was meant to fight Connor first, and then it was Leo
mate. Well, you were supposed to fight Conor Knowles. I was supposed to fight Leo Haynes.
Mate, that still baffles me.
No, I don't know. I think that was going to happen, but then it was
it was gonna. It was in the talks.
Then it was me. Then they switched for me and Leo. Then
yeah,
and then
I was supposed to fight Bella. You know,
no, Brandon. It was Brandon.
No,
I was supposed to fight Bella. No, I was supposed to fight Bella, and then what happened was I saw the Canuck lads piping up. Then I text Connor. I said, "Actually, can I fight that Anton? Because he's been a bit of a fucking loudmouth."
Yeah, fucking Connor said you'll never know where I forgot the Canuck boys from.
Canuck, yeah.
Exactly.
You'll never know where you got them from.
OnlyFans.
Bro, imagine the Canuck boys started on OnlyFans.
Like Island Boys 2.0.
Subscribe immediately. Fucking hell, man. We're half an hour away from 2024. What's actually right? 2023, right? It was a consistently. I think it was a shit year. But I was thinking
I had a shocking year. I have.
I've had a great year.
I think it's really bad and really good.
Yeah. It's easy when you're not from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Fucking. That's it, though, innit? I think it's equally been like. I think like the country's gone to shit. But the boxing stuff's fun. Like that's kind of annoying.
At least we got something to keep ourselves occupied.
Mate, I just kept leaving the country. That was my game. I just kept leaving it.
Look at you.
We went to Greece in October. That was good. That was Spent my birthday in Greece. Couldn't complain.
What did I do? I got it written down somewhere. What I did. I went
to Northumberland near where did the Vikings fucking land?
In your mum.
Walk straight to that one. Sorry.
You've had me there. You've had me there. I'm gonna have to resign as CEO now.
I guess Lindisfarne.
It's just near there, like where we went. That was a fucking holiday for me with my family. Fucking nice little fucking trip.
I think Worthing was the only holiday I had this year.
I don't think many people get knocked out on their holidays.
There.
Oh, you never know. Depends how shit-faced you get, innit?
That's true. That's true.
No, I was eating good in October, man. Fucking, we had the Prime card on the 14th.
Oh.
Went to that with my brother, and then I flew out to Greece on the 17th, and I was there for a week. So I was fucking. And my birthday was on the 18th, so I was like, yeah, absolutely loving life.
Mate.
It's kind of criminal. Not like I didn't meet like a load of people that went.
I met Ethan and Amber, and that was it. And I only met
you will have just missed me
because Ethan, while we were queuing up, me and my brother, we queued up like all the way around the corner because when we got there, the queue was all the way around the corner, like under the bridge and on the other side, like by the back entrance. Event? Yeah, for where to where the back entrance where they were like taking.
Which
fights
one was this? Which one?
The Prime card. Because when we actually left, we came out the back door, and then as we were walking past, fucking they were ushering H into a car just out of that fucking gate, and I was like, damn, this is where we were queuing up before to get in. And then when we got to like the front of the fucking venue, Ethan walked down. He was like, "Oh, Vimyonk," and I was like, "Oh, it's fucking Ethan. All right, you're right, mate." I was like, "Fucking get in the line with us, because otherwise you're gonna end up fucking like 20 minutes around the corner."
Mate, how mad are the queues for them events?
It was the Prime card one was mental, mate.
Yeah,
like honestly, it was like a fucking couple hundred people deep.
But have I told you that I used to work for the ICB?
No way, you've never mentioned that to me before.
Wait,
that was literally the first conversation we had, Jay.
I've never heard of
it. I used to make their rankings.
You used to work for the ICB?
Yeah. I was making the rankings for them.
Fair play.
Up until the Swingler Shirley's fight.
Yeah.
So it was the first Misfits card. I was one of the first geezers that were allowed to come in.
No. I remember you saying, Jay, I remember literally the first conversation I had with you, you were like, "Oh yeah, I do stuff with the ICB." I was like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I used to do their rankings,
No, but do you know what that reminds me of? Weirdly, do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys ever heard about this, right? But you know, Social Gloves 1, right?
Yeah.
You know, the admin for their Twitter was some random kid in the UK.
Was it?
Didn't they?
Yeah.
Didn't was it the one kid that was arguing with them and wanted money for it and they didn't pay him? Was that the same one?
I don't know if that was it, right? But basically, when the tweet went out about Taylor Holder defeats Anison Gibb, right? That tweet that went out, the weird tweet. Yeah. So basically, he was on a call with someone at the event who was telling him the results live so that he could tweet it, right? Because no one at the event had access to the account. And this girl was the same age as him. I think it was like 15 or 16, right? She was a massive Taylor Holder fan, Bryce Hall fan. So before it was announced, she just goes, "Oh my God, Taylor definitely won that. Taylor definitely won that." He's tweeted it. Next thing you know, it's been announced as a draw, and then it's been overturned. Unreal stuff. Guys, I do have to love you and leave you because apparently Rick Astley is performing right now on BBC One, so I'm going to go and watch that. All right? All right. Love you guys. Lovely talking. Take care, guys. In a bit. Happy New Year.
Have a good New Year, mate.
Fucking hell. Half an hour.
What's that? Oh, mate.
Fuck, I remember just like we were gonna like all of us were gonna like link up after, but then obviously with the decision that happened, I spoke to Lewis, and then Lewis was like, yeah, he's in a foul mood as well, so he didn't fucking bother. So I was like, the mood's gonna be shit now, so I just fucked off home. I just fucked off to my uncle's at that point. So I was like,
Yeah.
nah. Fucking the fucking like the Ubers and shit, and taxis were rammed.
Oh,
Getting out of
mate,
there,
it's difficult, you know.
fuck.
Oh,
I
my
think
mic was muted.
the worst
Shit.
bit
Yeah, I forgot
is
to unmute my mic just then.
when you're at the O2,
Yeah,
you
if you want
know,
to hop in, Brandon,
the underground
send us your Discord and we'll
station
fucking
just
pull
in
you in if
front
you want
of
to get
it.
in. But happy New Year,
I'd,
brother.
No,
I'd hate to be there after an event's
it's
happened, you know.
I've done it once.
Basically, so the
It
best
was
thing that
wrong. It was
happened
the
in
KSI fight.
in
Which
for
one?
me
Which
at
one was
Prime
it?
Card was I was at
O2
Fox
one,
video,
not the
so I saw
Indigo
Bryce Hall
ones,
and King
the
Batch and
O2
shit.
ones.
So yeah,
And then we
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out.
that
And
was
it
the context of that
literally,
little bit that
you're
you
like
couldn't hear.
sardines and a fucking. You're like that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
mate.
it's fucking rammed. Like,
Well, I got the hotel that's attached to the O2. You know, the what's it called? Intercontinental. Mate,
yeah,
there's no better feeling after the event just being able just to walk to the hotel. No, I did have to sardine in a tube with everyone.
that's true. Fucking every time I've gone to London, I've become ill.
Have
Every
you?
time. Yeah, like I think it's just because it's just fucking more grim in London, isn't it? Like it just is.
Yeah.
London's grim.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going on the tube a lot. So
Well, you
like,
don't have that
the
fresh
tube is-
country air, mate, in London.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that was half it. You know, I remember after lockdown, when I got like really ill, like when I was at uni. That'll be because you haven't got ill
Yeah, that's fair enough.
in the last
brother.
year and
No
a bit or
worries.
2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's literally like your immune system is like because you just don't get ill
Sixth.
during lockdown because
Yeah.
you're not
Such an hour run, crazy.
anything or getting anything, are you?
And then
So
it
it's
doesn't
like,
matter what you get, it was like 10 times worse because your body just
well, I got
wasn't
it.
used to it.
Well, it was just flu ×2, and it just floored me for like a solid like 3
Yeah.
weeks. It was fucked. Like I was coughing up like fucking phlegm and like bit of blood here and there. It was
Oh,
fucked.
lovely, lovely.
I went to doctors and that like in the village. I came home because I was like I just couldn't like knock it. I was sat in the shower, like just getting it, trying to like steam, like just getting it through. Like just trying to get it like out of you.
Yeah.
Me and Jallum should be at
you when
12.
they put like, the thing on your back and they tell you to
We're
breathe.
looking at
It's just
media.
Yeah.
We're going to get some content there.
It's fucking shit, honestly.
Connor said, "Do you remember at 004 when you was all waiting for him to finish the post presser, waiting at the premiere in?"
Fucking you cunt. That's all I'm gonna say. We were literally waiting, and he was like 2 hours, and we were all sat waiting for him. And we only saw him for like 10 minutes as well. Like,
Yeah.
fucking mental. It's
I
so.
love Connor.
Thinking about when
Mate,
was
Connor was my travel guide for 002, he was.
Yeah, for me as well, because he let me in the hotel.
Fuck yes, Brand.
Like, cause,
We'll link up
yeah.
and have a little meet up.
What was when was 004 then?
Fucking hell. Do you know what? I feel like it was fucking like time ago, but it actually wasn't.
Was it January?
Let's have a looky look.
It's about Jan.
Yeah, January 14th. Because it was KSI Temple, wasn't it?
That was it.
Was that that was the one? Yeah, so January 14th.
That's mental.
Fuck me. Yeah, that's crazy.
SCB like Outcasts isn't that old. Like really. Like I think
it
was like
a lot
August.
of them.
I think it was like August, like the year before, 2022. And then they didn't have the event till January.
Realistically, Benjamin is always missing.
That was 2023. That was this year.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Someone said to me,
I've only ever done
it'll be decent. I'm
someone said to me it was
this Misfits. I plan on meeting a lot more people.
It was fucking Mikey from fucking Crossover Convos when I got Outcasts with Halford.
Yeah, I didn't meet anyone at ProScout, so I'm planning on meeting people this time.
It was like, you've got like the
as well as getting some content for the Outcast
story with this shit, you know. Because like you were meant to be main event, and it didn't happen. Then you were on the team, put on a banger of event, then shit in the fan, you left, came back, left again. Now you fucking own it.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
it's bad, isn't it?
Way things change, man. Way things changed. Conan also started SCB in August 31st.
Yeah.
Damn.
So like August 2022. And then the event in 2023.
Was Misfits, not Misfits, was SCB one this year?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
That's what makes the transformation from January to May so drastic.
Yeah, man.
Because it was completely like just ours will still be good. Very good.
I think it's not going to be 002 levels though. Fuck me.
Yeah, 002 was just like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, mate, it was something different.
It doesn't mean the fights. You might be able to get better fights, more entertaining, like promotion and stuff like that from it. Like it's just a case of like that was just once upon roids. It just wasn't sustainable. They just couldn't keep doing that. Because that's just like for the level we're at now. You're not making that money.
No, exactly.
It would still be better than most like small hall pro shows.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like 100%.
They don't have stream or like.
Nah, a lot of them aren't now. Nah,
it's not like that. I'll be real with you. The options you have would like triple if you weren't recording like it and you just recorded it rather than like live streamed it.
Yeah,
it's true.
A lot of them, but you need to have decent internet in some of these places. It's like that's why you can't really get many gyms around because like if you want to live stream it anyway, because they're all in industrial areas, aren't they? In rough spots and they've got shit internet.
It's not even. It's just like it's just streaming. It brings its own challenges anyway because it's like if you can, like if you think about it, right? If we were just pre-recording it, I'd be like, right, we can set up. We'll have the main camera, which gets like the main thing, super high quality, whatever. We'll have another one that's moving around and catching whatever. But then we could also set up like fucking, because I've got this little webcam here, right? It's pretty decent. It's basically a rip off of the Logitech, whatever the fuck 920 whatever. It costs like 20 quid. We could set up one of them on like each corner and then like the middle of the fucking ropes and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so we could catch literally every single angle, record every single angle, and then go back and edit it all up. And it'd be like, you know, it'll look real fucking, real smooth and that. But then you lose that like the event feel of it. You know what I mean? Because then I feel like it just becomes like a YouTube video. Whereas if you stream it, there's that potential to fuck up, you know, because if anything goes wrong or anyone goes, oh, fucking stumbles their shit, you can just go, oh, just redo it and we'll just fucking edit it out. Whereas like if Jallum's there presenting it and he goes, hi, welcome to Outcast, welcome to Outcast, it's there and he's fucked and he can't get around it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so they both of them add their own thing, and then it's like, if you have the fights and you do the event and you record it and then you're having to edit it, you're telling your fighters like, don't announce that you've won your fight, don't announce the thingy, and it's like this could take a day or two to get fucking thingy, and then you got people rushing the edit and all this other shit. So it's like they both bring their own challenges to it, which is why I just think stream overall is kind of easier. But then you it's like you lose a bit in production just because it's streamed, but then being recorded is completely different anyway. It's like it's two different complete fucking ball games. But like I feel like if it's pre-recorded, it's a YouTube video. Then you did a boxing event for a YouTube video instead of just doing an event. Do you know what I mean?
An event, yeah,
that's it. Well, the thing is, you can just record the fucking the press conference. That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that don't matter.
You know what I mean? That doesn't matter at all. Like, but then it's the event. That's what it is. But that's what it is. It's the challenges of it. But summertime, when we have the next one, because this is like our warming back into it again now. New team, new everything. All the kit, we own it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't even got all the kit yet. We'll just buy more in Feb. like probably as close.
I think that was the problem with 002 though. It
sick.
wasn't his equipment, was it? It's
No.
all stuff from the uni.
Yeah, but it's just hiring all out, isn't it?
Mm.
Like, well, but I don't even know how much you would have paid them, but like, however much I've spent on all this camera equipment, it's very good camera equipment. And it's perfect for it.
It's good
and
amount.
it's good. It's like multiple use. It's multiple use as well. It's like for like, as we said with Vim before earlier in the stream, it was like for like the events, like the like media. I could use it myself if I want.
If everything
like
that we've been talking about goes the way that we want it, and what we're doing actually works the way that we want it, that camera will pay itself off by the third event.
Yeah,
like that camera will have played itself off, and then because like the even just using it for content at fucking like street at like Misfits events and like whatever other events and shit like that, and like I said, like Jallum could just fucking use it to do whatever. It will have already paid for itself. The same with like everything else. It's like, because you know, if you monetize the YouTube, even fucking like monetize the Twitter, and shit like that, it's like everything then everything just starts paying for itself then, and then you're just looking at profit instead of it just being like,
we're trying
to break even, instead of like, you know, you buy a camera for £800, but you can rent that same camera for £300 for whatever. You rent it out for 3 events. You've paid £900. Yeah, you might as well bought the camera if you're able to. Yeah, you might as well do it, because then you saved yourself £100 and you've got a camera.
Yeah,
you don't have to keep relying on equipment for every event.
Well, that's what it is. But as long as you know you're going to keep doing them.
Yeah, and then you can get a flow with it as well. If you've got the stuff you can sit there and play with it, fuck around with it, and then you can be like, I've got a flow, I know how it all works. Because the first event probably won't go as smooth as the second event will, but once we've done the first event, we'll kind of have like a basis and a ground to work from, and then we can like build off of that. We're like, oh, we did it for the first event, this went good, how can we improve on that? And then we just fiddle with some bits and pieces, and then by like third, fourth, fifth event, it should all just flow really, really fucking easily.
Also, isn't it? It's like this is our first event, really, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it is. Like, it's our first event.
Yeah.
So
I love that hat, mate.
It's a Peaky Blinder hat.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a proper one.
Is that the one you rocked up to the press conference with?
No, I got this for Christmas because my mum was like, I got you it for Christmas because it was like, I knew you'd like it. So I was like, it's the most random but best gift you could have got me.
Oh, I don't know that.
Mine says stay negative on it.
Fucking I just had like I just had a farmer hat on, like I always wear it when I'm like beating and shooting and stuff like that.
Right. Connor said he sent a big long message here. One thing a lot don't realize about SCB 001 was that I was literally having to sort out venue, get fighters and everything basically all by myself, and basically put most of the money on the event at 18. Damn.
Yeah, it was mental, really.
So you want a round of applause? No, I'm joking. I
think there's a thing in the soundboard.
Nah, that's a lot to do.
That's what it is.
Nah, he done well. He done well.
He done well with what the stuff you had.
Ah, lovely.
Sorry, Connor, they don't care. Alright. I've had me fun with that soundboard now.
You've been waiting to use that.
I've been looking at it, it's like it's right there. No one's mentioned ducking anybody, so I can't use this yet.
Fucking, there's just such like, it's gonna be just good when we have this event in March done, and then if I have my way, I'll know the exact date and location of the next one, and it's just done. And then we know with future then, don't we? And I think that's what a lot of people like have distrust with how we're gonna run it, because obviously the track record with like what happened with the old team, and we had to cancel the event.
But that's the old team. Yeah. That's the annoying thing, that everyone's like comparing like it now to how it was, and it's like it's completely different. So it's like you can't draw the parallels anymore.
It's like judge it when we've done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And if stuff goes wrong, call it out. Like, do it. Like,
oh yeah,
best thing you can do.
It's the only way we can learn, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. What we do next time. Like, people will say, "Oh yeah, but you were 002 and that." Yeah, but it's like I'm the only one still doing it on my own, like from then to now. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to like learn with a whole new team and a whole new kit of tools and resources.
Oh, 100%.
Which bear in mind, I've brought together, like with the camera.
Yeah.
So you can't call me cheap.
Oh no, definitely not. Fucking
Because I won't. Well, it's like.
Yeah, I've got all the receipts for that shit. I know exactly how much it's
Go
all
on,
costs.
leak it.
No, I won't do that to Jallum. I won't do that. But I will say it's a lot of fucking money. So it's up.
Yeah, my fucking family would kill me. How much money I've spent. Like, you spent what?
And I'll just leave it there. Anyone wondering how much it's like, a good camera is worth at least £500 plus. So, and we bought more than just the camera. So, or Jallum bought more than just the camera. So it's like, do that as you will. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's not even everything.
We're getting 2 cameras.
Yeah, we're getting another camera, the gimbal, all the other shit. I might bully into buying some of these as well. It's like I'm literally just sitting here and be like, how much? I'm like, what's the budget? And he's there like, oh, just tell me how much it is. And I'm like, okay. It's gonna be filthy. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry.
You asked for it.
It was literally just like I taught myself. I motivated myself. I was like, it's literally an investment, though, isn't it? That's literally what it was, and I was like, and I have the ambition to do it multiple times. Like,
I was going to say, well, it makes you want to make the event even better, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you know, if you put your money in, you want it to do well.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing. This one will be a decent event, and we'll do it all right. And then it's just leveling up then, because we'll level up when we get like more space. Like the other places that I'm looking at, they're bigger, but not like silly. Do you know what I mean? Bigger, but there's more stuff there. So I really wanted that place.
The one in Dudley.
Yeah, but they just sold out. I'm gonna try and get hold of them again.
Oh yeah, that place was fucking gleaming.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get hold of them again and maybe try and get one for the end of the year. Maybe there.
That's a good
try the Villa Park as well, Aston Villa. I know that they've done like white collar events.
I think I've spoken to them already. I think there was like.
The only problem about O2's expectations are set to.
I can't remember. I spoke to fucking loads of the fuckers.
Yeah, but it was a good event still. Well, I don't think anything's gonna touch that for a while.
Yeah, it's just definitely like the joys of it. That's what it is, isn't it? The amount of phone calls, and fucking money spending, and shit like that. Fucking, no one could turn around to me and say I don't like have a passion for it at least.
Oh yeah.
No, it's definitely showing. Like.
Yeah, well, fucking, I hope it fucking does. Someone says you don't rate this scene.
I'll all see in March when it's the JST show.
Yeah. That's the thing. We just got a couple more things to just like iron out.
If most of the fights are done within the next 2 weeks, finished off. Nothing needs to be announced till Feb anyway. It's too fucking soon. No one announced anyway.
Yeah.
And then it'll be happy days then, won't it?
Yeah, man.
I said, and a lot of people can start shutting their mouths. The non-believers. We're gonna shun all the non-believers.
That's just what it is.
Shut their traps.
It's the one irk I always have with it. It's like, you guys have a bad track record. It's like, I personally don't have a bad track record. Like,
I don't have any track record.
No, yeah. It's like, the first event, it happened. The poor quality of it, but it still happened. Second event was fucking a mental one. And then the third one couldn't happen. And then we tried to sort it, but it just wasn't. We ended up with like 3 fights in the end.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, no.
Like, it was just like, no, it wasn't worth it.
Well, that was just like
too much hassle.
That was a lot of shit to do with like how it was run before and who it was run by before, but then it was also a lot of like outside source as well, which were like, fuck that. Because I think you could have done it. It would have just been a massive fucking ball ache, and it wouldn't have been as good. It wouldn't have ran as smooth as it could have. But like, if there wasn't so many people just walking around, like running around, fucking running their mouth and shit, then I think you probably could have done it.
Well, in the end of the day, it's like with how it was Halford was funding it, and I don't want to speak about it too much because it's not fair. But like, he was funding it, and I was like co-running it with him. I can't fucking afford London.
Yeah, no, London's crazy.
Like, I can't. And even he's like, it's
stupid price.
And then it was like, and then he turned around and was like, if it's not like 5 or 6 fights, there's no point.
Yeah.
Nah.
And it was like 30.
Like you could like even doing it around like if you wanted it to be in that area.
One of them fights was like one you just threw them at each other because the opponents pulled out.
Yeah. The whole heavyweight tournament thing really irked me because 2 of them ain't even heavyweight.
Well, probably.
Oh no! Oh no!
I was sitting there being like, I'm not well versed in this scene much, but I know that fucking 2 of them geezers ain't heavyweight. It just is what it is.
Wow.
I feel like if you're gonna do a tournament, like it's like people are, why are you not doing belts and shit like that and tournaments and stuff?
Yeah.
It's like I want the roster to be bigger enough to do one. You want 8 fighters in a tournament.
I think you want it as evenly matched as well, because like I think this is where the Kingpin went wrong, is because like El Brook going up against Jully Poker and weight differences like that. I mean, there wasn't like crazy amounts of it, but it was like people trying to make crazy cuts or crazy gains to try and fight people is a bit mad. So I think you need everybody, like if you're gonna do a tournament, you need like fucking like a good roster of like fucking 12 heavyweights that can all fight each other, and then it'll be an actual heavyweight tournament, or like fucking 10 like middleweights that can all fight each other and that kind of shit.
That's what it is, though, isn't it? No, we're not there yet. You could probably could do it, right? But it'd be a lot of people that aren't actually creators and aren't like, the amateur boxer would win the day.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Like that's what it would happen. So there are creators that want to do it, and it's like it's just getting them in. But you do have to have lads that like want to get into it. You got to give them the chance of it. You got to give them the chance of it. But you soon find out when, say, you have people like that want to fight on it, and they don't promote and they don't create content after your first event. You just look at them and go, "We won't be seeing you again, mate. I don't think."
Nah.
Unless we desperately need you for something. Like that's what it is, though, isn't it? After this event in March, I think we're gonna have a lot more people wanting to fight on it, like a lot more.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll be fucking laughing then. To be fair, and building up. It's like how I've said to Vim and the team, like we want to do more content as well. Because like it's stuff like this stops you from doing it, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're gonna start doing more content, like interviews, doing more reactions, just posting more on this channel, because this channel just got neglected, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like after a while, it just got neglected. Like,
lads, I'm gonna have to bounce out.
No Happy New Year's, Jay.
I've just seen that. Yeah, I've left the missus downstairs, so.
Yes, all good, bro. Yeah, just right. Time now as well.
Have a good New Year's.
You too, brother. Peace out.
Nice one.
Happy New Year. Oh. 4 years to New Year. Not 4 years, 4 minutes.
Hopefully not 4 years. Fucking hell, that'll be a long wait. Fucking. Yeah, I just feel like we could do more with this channel, and that's what we're going to be doing.
100%.
So.
100%.
I think most people have gone from the stream and have gone to go look at the timer on that. Fucking. We've done some of that, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been chilling. Kind of 5 minutes till New Year, like 2 minutes ago.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking 3 minutes.
Innit?
Yeah, well, fucking New Year and then. Oh, bedtime.
Yeah.
Or at least fucking just doing something daft. Only 3 hours. 3 hour stream. Got Keith and
Sam.
Why did I call him Joe?
Yeah, that was so funny. I was just like, and Joe, and I was like, Sam?
I don't know why. I don't know why I said Joe. I don't know. I was thinking of a Joe. I don't know why. I don't know.
Fuck knows.
Mush. That's what that is.
Innit?
That'd be a good fucking fight, but we need to be fair, he won't watch this back, I don't think, Keith, like the full thing, like till now, he won't. But we need to bring it up to him about the podcast thing. I completely forgot.
Yeah, that's a shout.
We need to ask.
It is
Get someone else on. But yeah, for people watching, if everyone ever actually gets to this point, or whoever's watching now, I don't know if anyone is watching now.
4 viewers apparently right now. So
oh, that's good. We're hoping to be doing a podcast when we're in Leeds. We're thinking Sunday, the day after Misfits. It'll also be the day after UFC as well. So I need to figure out what we want to do for that, because I want to watch the event, but it'll be like a silly time in the morning.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to do about that. Someone might have it on, but I don't know where would.
I don't know many bars. Like, I don't know many bars in Leeds anyway, but I don't know many bars that'll be open till that time.
Neither do I. Someone will just get it on their laptop and just watch it. Rather than just watching it like that. Yeah. Everyone just come into like one room and just sit and watch.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, 45 seconds until New Year. Oh! Everybody who's still watching the stream, I'm going to give you a good little... Fucking, if I can lift my mic, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something I cut out of the video. Just before fucking Keith came into the interview, just because no one was saying anything, I just sat there and went, oh. And as soon as I did that, Keith entered the fucking thing. So no one clip this or screenshot it. Oh. There you go.
I'm going to deliberately go back and find that now.
In it, just... It's all wet now.
I've got the original.
In it.
I have the original.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Fucking hell.
Oh,
the Americans.
Crazy.
Wait, for the Americans, it won't be New Year, will it?
Nah, they got like 4 or 5 hours before it's fucking New Year. So yeah, crazy.
5 hours, sorry lads. Sorry for the lads in the US, but thanks everyone for joining. Watching. To be fair, I think it's been alright.
Oh, it's been decent. It's been decent.
Have a good crack with fucking Keith and Joe.
Big Sam.
Big Sam. Why the fuck I call him Joe? I don't think it's
nice. Yeah, but
yeah, man, I think that'll be us then.
Alright.
Expect more content on this, lads.
Yeah, keep an eye out. There'll be more content
on this space.
100%.
We're mimicking each other just then. Well,
yeah. In it. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go give the missus a kiss and say Happy New Year and stuff.
Yeah.
7 in the stream.
I'm just gonna go fucking chill out.
Fair dues.
Get ready for morning.
Happy New Year's, brother. I will speak to you later.
Yeah.